Marshfield Community News is powered by Tiny & Sons Auto Glass.
So DECA is a international co-curricular student organization for high school and college kids that are interested in the field of business, entrepreneurship, hospitality, and tourism. And the students get to have an extension of their business classes through our DECA organization. So tonight is our third annual Shop Local Night. It's a fundraiser that we started for DECA to bring the business community into the doors of Marshfield High School. So tonight we have a wide variety of local businesses and vendors and crafters. We have a lot of artisans here selling artwork. We have some amazing woodworkers here, and we have a lot of student organizations that have made student projects and crafts in our art departments and our carpentry classes. So we have a lot of wonderful things for sale and for offer tonight. So we are holding this year, and we have for the past 2 years to help raise funds for our DECA organization. So the money that we raise tonight will help offset the cost for our students to attend various DECA competitions and conferences throughout the school year. Some new additions that I'm looking forward to this year is we've done a collaboration, and we're working in conjunction with the Marshfield Chamber of Commerce, and they're here offering cookie decorating. So that'll be a fun activity to partake in. I think it brings a sense of holiday spirit to the community. So it's a great way to come together and celebrate the holiday season.
Well, I love doing events for schools. I have 2 children of my own, so I love giving back to the community. I love meeting new people. I love meeting new vendors. I love sharing artisan stories about how they're overcoming extreme situations to thrive in this world through their beautiful products. I hope it brings a sense of just belonging in this community. The events I've been doing have been so wonderful. Everyone's in a great mood. Everyone's just so kind and so giving, and I'm really looking forward to that tonight in this community in Marshfield.
Marshfield Community News is powered by Tiny & Sons Auto Glass.
Hey guys, I'm Will.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Ben.
And we are the voices of the Marshfield Rams football team for the pregame and halftime show that you hear every week.
Welcome back to the Marshfield Rams
MCM
pregame show.
To the
halftime show. I am Jack Hughes. This is Will and Ben.
And with the season coming to an end, we just want to take a quick time out and say thank you to everyone who joined us every single week to broadcast the Marshfield Rams football games. That ball hits off to the 5-10 touchdown. Marshfield wants to go and block it. They did. No one's going to catch Cole Hannigan as he throws on the afterburners.
The opportunity to broadcast our hometown athletes is such a privilege. We are also honored to bring you guys into the action.
Unfortunately, we're actually at risk of losing this local sports coverage that brings our community together. Frankly, we're in desperate need of support.
You see, we're a nonprofit, and while you may see us on a variety of platforms, the main funding that Marshfield Community Media gets is from the cable payments of Marshfield residents.
As more and more people continue to cut cable in the town, this results in dwindling funds for MCM, which means less broadcasting and even worse, less football.
If you enjoy seeing our local athletes on screen, if you've been enjoying our halftime reports, or if you value hometown sports and community storytelling, please consider making a donation today. Your donations can help keep the lights on, the mics working, and the cameras rolling.
Your donations will go directly towards the essentials: equipment upgrades, production costs, and to pay the staff that's behind us every single week during the games.
Every contribution, big or small, helps keep the game going and the cameras rolling. So please, consider donating down below. Up, and it is score!
For 3.
Got it!
With the shot, lights out, good night, goodbye,
And that's it! Marshfield wins!
It's a great serve. Another one! Drop! And the Rams drop one first here in the Super Bowl.
Nice.
Kick on the field, and it is
Scored! It is scored!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marshfield High School here inside the Robert E. Kuther Gymnasium. The JV game is going on behind us right now. I'm Tyler Pinheiro, joined here with Andrew Youngworth. And Andrew, you have a lot of familiarity with this Marshfield varsity boys basketball team. What do you see coming into tonight? What's some big things you expect out of this team?
I think this is the best possible opening matchup we could get for Patriot League basketball. Coach Barrett of North Quincy and Coach Fisher of Marshfield both expect excellence from their teams. North Quincy won the Fisher division last year. Marshfield won the Keenan division. Came in second place in the Keenan division, excuse me. These are two teams that demand excellence out of their players. I think we're set for a phenomenal opening night.
Exactly. When you look at these two teams, like you said, these are teams that demand excellence a lot of the time. What's some things from Marshfield, because they have a lot of returning players this year? Is there any players in particular that you expect to have a big night tonight?
I think you got to look at the two captains. You got to look at Dan Patton and Noah Feldman, two players that have played together for their entire lives. They've been together on this varsity team now. This is going to be their third season playing for Coach Fish, and their chemistry as a duo is unlike any other in the Patriot League. I truly think that those two are going to be the key for this Marshfield team all season. And as you said, Tyler, we have a ton of returners, but we have more new players than we do returners. We have 8 returners and 10 new players for this Marshfield team. So, Tyler, I'm going to send this over to you. Who are some new players that you expect to make a big change for this Marshfield varsity team?
I mean, that's a tough question. I think one new player that we can expect to make some noise is Cole Hannigan.
For sure,
He made some noise out on the football field as third quarter just ended. Heard the buzzer. It means the boys are going to the locker room. But, yeah, I think Cole Hannigan's going to be a player to make an impact, especially without Luke Richardson tonight. They're going to need the younger guys to step up. And speaking of that, without Luke Richardson, I think Sean Chesborough will be another player to come in, back up big man for the team. He's quite the athlete, so he can probably play some pretty good versatile defense out here. I saw him back in his JV days. He was pretty solid. So I think Hannigan and Chesborough will be some good new additions to this team.
And you mentioned right there Luke Richardson out in tonight's game with, I believe, a leg injury.
MCL sprain, I believe.
MCL sprain.
Out for 3 weeks.
So 3 weeks, that is a tough loss for the Rams, as Luke Richardson was a key starter in last year's team as a sophomore. Now an incoming junior, Luke Richardson, going to be one of the most important, if not the most important factor for this Marshfield basketball team if they want to get to where they want to go. So Luke Richardson out for the first 3 games. Big loss for the Rams. But North Quincy is also coming into this game with a ton of losses from last year as well. Aiden McGrath and Lucas Short, both superstar freshmen from last year, have now left and have gone to higher programs. So North Quincy, without their 2 best returning players, going to be an interesting game for both teams, both losing some key players in last year's matchup where we saw the Red Raiders defeated the Rams pretty handily.
Yeah, last season was a rough one for Marshfield. Marshfield didn't lose much last year, but against North Quincy, that was a rough one. You know what I mean? And you know what happens? There's games like that. Like I can remember my senior year we played here, and we had Hingham at home on Pack the Gym night, and we were leading for most of the game, and we just lost it in the fourth quarter. So mishaps can happen, but I think this Marshfield team is battle-tested. They had some good scrimmages in the preseason. I believe they played Whitman Hanson, and they played Zavarian. Not Zavarian. No, yes, Zavarian. They played Whitman Hanson and Zavarian down at Whitman Hanson High School. They did pretty good overall. I think they went 3-1 on the day in the 4 scrimmages they played. So I think this team's ready to go. I think they're going to come out here and not miss a beat. I think it's going to be a lot of fast-paced action like we've seen from every Marshfield team, a lot of full-court press, a lot of fast breaking, running out, getting quick layups. So, yeah, I think Marshfield's going to be ready to roll tonight.
And I think one of the key pieces for North Quincy is we mentioned 2 freshmen last year are now off the team, are doing better things with better teams. North Quincy still has a sophomore captain. North Quincy, their captain is,
I believe it's
Oysen Faherty, the sophomore guard, is a captain for the North Quincy Red Raiders, and their other guard is Liam Ford. He is a senior. But the underclassmen for North Quincy, they develop quickly over there for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, when you hear a sophomore captain, you're like, wow. But then you hear it's from North Quincy, you're like, okay, I kind of expect that because we've seen young captains like that. Like last year's senior, Kobe Nguyen was a sophomore captain. Maybe I think he was a freshman captain as well.
He was.
He was obviously a great player for North Quincy. He's now graduated and gone on to college. But, yeah, like you're saying, Faherty, sophomore captain, I believe he was great last season. So I feel like we should expect him to go out there and be the guy now for North Quincy.
So heading back to Marshfield, Tyler, the expected starting lineup tonight is Brody Hessian and Dan Patton at the guards, Ryan McCabe and Noah Feldman as your forwards, and Cam Ryan is making an appearance starting at center. Cam Ryan was on the team last year, but he didn't play much of a role, kind of more of a bench warmer as a junior. This year, expected to have a much bigger role on the team as a senior. Coach Fish expecting big things from Cam Ryan. What do you expect from this starting 5 tonight?
Well, I feel like they just have to be ready to go. That's Coach Fish's message all the time. It's just, if you're starting, you need to be ready to go. He would say that to players no matter what team it's on. If you look at players like Jack Mitchelson was a 1-year varsity player, but in his senior season, he was one of the top scorers on the team, and I believe he led the team in 3-pointers made. So you just got to be ready for when your number's called, and tonight Cam Ryan's number was called to be a starter, so he's got to be ready to go.
And these are seniors that we're talking about, but something worth noting is we haven't talked much about upperclassmen on the Marshfield side. That is because there are no underclassmen on the varsity team. It is only juniors and seniors. For the first time in years, there are no sophomores on Coach Fish's varsity roster. Tyler, what do you think of this?
So it's very interesting because I feel like Fish always has at least one sophomore on the roster. Now, depending on how big that sophomore's role is, it can skew. But I've seen him have 2 sophomores on the roster before, 1. I don't think I've ever seen Fish not have a single underclassman on the team right now and just have a roster full of juniors and seniors.
It's been quite some time, and I take this as a message as we're going to win it all this year. This is Fish's going all-in team with all juniors, all seniors, not really focusing on the years ahead. He's got this team ready to go, and I love that mentality from Coach Fish. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, and Andrew, to add on to that, I kind of want to ask you. You saw what it was like here last year. The vibes were extremely high all throughout this gym, what seemed to be almost every night. So when you say something like that, like obviously you had underclassmen on your team last year with Brody and Luke. Now the no underclassmen play, you said it's Fish going all in. What do you think of this move? You really think that this is the team that can do it, that can get to the top of the state?
I think this is the team that can do it, and I think Coach Fish thinks that this is the team that can do it. Last year, Marshfield was 3 points away in a loss to Newton North from possibly going all the way to TD Garden in the national championship, in the state championship. Marshfield lost to Newton North, who then went on to make the state championship and lose to Franklin. Marshfield lost in overtime by just 3 points, and there's some key players from last year's team that have returned this year. And obviously there are some big losses like Jake Briley and Matt Elwood, last year's captains. But I think that Dan Patton and Noah Feldman are going to fill up their shoes just fine as the new captains. I really think Fish is going to go all in on this year's team.
And you talked about Dan Patton. I feel like this season we're obviously going to get the best out of Dan Patton that we've seen so far. Obviously he took a big leap last season. This year I've heard people say he could easily walk away with Patriot League MVP. He'll be a Patriot League All-Star. You were Patton's teammate. I was Patton's teammate. I know what he can do. You obviously know what he can do. How much of a bigger leap do you expect to see from Dan Patton coming into this season?
I was told Dan Patton played basketball in Europe this summer as a part of Breakout Basketball's best 12 players, Breakout Basketball's best possible team went to go play in Europe. Dan Patton was a part of that roster, and that speaks levels to how good of a basketball player Dan Patton is. Breakout Basketball has consumed the entire South Shore. All high school basketball players want to play for Breakout Basketball. That is the team to join. And Dan Patton being one of the faces of Breakout Basketball, for them to send Patton to Europe, I think they see how good of a player Patton's become. And Fish obviously sees that. And I think that's part of why Fish is all in on this team, because he knows he has a senior class that is loaded. There are 11 seniors on this team, and he knows that this senior class is special.
Yeah, and I want to talk about more of the senior class because my brother Jake, obviously a member of the team this season, he was talking to me that he's seen a lot of improvement from Ryan McCabe. So obviously he didn't get a lot of playing time last year. I want to know what was some things you saw in practice with Ryan McCabe, and what's some things you think he can do now that he's going to be a starter in tonight's game. What are some steps you think he can take to elevate his play and carve out a bigger role for himself this season?
Last year for Ryan McCabe, it was really just the mental aspect of the game. Ryan McCabe has the athleticism. He has the skills. He is a very talented basketball player, and Fish knows that. I think it's the poise that McCabe has to have, and I think he will have that out here tonight. It's his second year on the team. He knows how to do this. McCabe is a hooper. I think he's going to have a phenomenal game tonight. It's all about the poise. That's what I saw in him last year. He's had the skills. He's had the skills for years. McCabe can dunk. He can pull up from beyond the arc. He's a 3-level scorer, but it's about can he keep the poise when putting up that shot.
Yeah, and the last senior I want to highlight is Noah Feldman. We obviously saw a few months back he made his commitment to Roger Williams to play baseball, but he's arguably more dominant here on the basketball court. So we've seen that his vertical jump has gotten a lot better, and Feldman, even as a young sophomore, he carved out a role for himself early in the season just because of defense alone. So what do you think is some things we're going to see from Noah Feldman to have an impact on his team? We obviously know he's already a great player, but do you think there's anything more he can add to his game to be even more effective?
I think part of it, I think his game is amazing. I think he's going to continue to add levels to his game in terms of his intensity on defense. He has a 3-level scoring ability as well. But I think Noah Feldman is going to appear as a leader this year. Noah Feldman, obviously one of the 2 captains, he's going to appear as a leader to everybody else on this team. Noah Feldman is going to make sure everyone is in the right mindset, ready to win, ready to play. Patton is going to as well, but I think that's the role Feldman is going to take on this year as the true leader of the team.
Exactly, and I think that's all we got right now for the pregame show. So thank you guys so much for tuning in early. We got a little bit of time left here in the JV game. And we'll be right back after these quick words from our sponsors, and we will see you guys for the start of the varsity game. And at halftime, we'll be back here at this scene with cameraman Ben Wilson providing some of his analytics of the first half and see what he thinks Marshfield and North Quincy can do to better themselves for the second half. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by
Biviano General Contracting.
Biviano General Contracting is Marshfield's leading custom modular house builder. Modular building saves time and money. Only 8 to 12 weeks for the entire build, saving up to 25% of the cost compared to traditional building. We also offer custom deck building, kitchen and bathroom remodels, additions, and house elevations.
More information can be found at bivianocontracting.com.
Repel Pest Solutions. Repel Pest Solutions is a full-service pest control company protecting residential and commercial properties from nuisance pests that carry germs and diseases. They are a small, family-run business from Marshfield, licensed, insured, competitively priced. We work to understand your needs and offer an integrated pest solution that's environmentally friendly. Don't be afraid to bug us. Road to Responsibility. Founded in 1988, Road to Responsibility's mission is to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. We are committed to providing all individuals with opportunities to truly live in the community. Through our services, we are proud to enrich and improve the lives of every individual, one person at a time.
Over the past 15 years, MCM has supported the Marshfield community through its mission in connecting the community. As successful as MCM has been, there is a significant challenge facing MCM that will dramatically impact the Marshfield community. Just like almost all community media centers, over 90% of MCM's funding comes from Comcast and Verizon's cable licenses with the town of Marshfield. MCM receives a small percentage of that cable revenue. With technology changing and people changing the way that they consume media, many people have decided to abandon cable television for streaming platforms. 2021 to 2022 saw the greatest one-year decline in cable subscriptions in Massachusetts at 10%. Marshfield isn't immune to this, and over the next several years, we expect to see at least a 20% decrease in our funding due to the decline in cable subscribers in Marshfield. It means saying goodbye to members of the MCM staff, not making important upgrades that make MCM the state-of-the-art studio it is, and a significant reduction in support to valuable community institutions. But most importantly, what does this mean for you? It means saying goodbye to open and transparent government coverage, not being able to see important Marshfield school events like graduation and sports, as well as important community news and information shared by MCM. Please don't let this important community institution wither and die. Please contact us or visit our website to find out more about how you can support Marshfield Community Media. People in the community tell us all the time, Marshfield Community Media is a hidden gem. While we love hearing that we're a gem, we don't love hearing that we're hidden. So let's talk about what we can offer you and this wonderful community. One of the biggest things we offer is training. We can train you on various forms of media such as camerawork, podcasting, editing, and so much more. The only thing we require is that you're a member of our studio, which for Marshfield residents is just $30 a year. And with that membership, you not only get access to training, but our entire arsenal of state-of-the-art equipment. We'll help you create the content you've been dreaming about. In addition to this, we also offer production services. Do you have a small business and want to film some promotions for your website or social media? We've got you covered. We've worked with businesses all over the South Shore to produce high-quality promotional material at an affordable rate. You probably already know this, but in case you don't, we provide high-quality coverage of important community events. This includes MHS varsity sports, municipal government meetings, important local news, and many other special community events and ceremonies. So if you'd like to know more about us, you can check out our website at marshfieldcommunitymedia.com or give us a call at 781-837-4384. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Will.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Ben.
And we are the voices of the Marshfield Rams football team for the pregame and halftime show that you hear every week.
Welcome back to the Marshfield Rams
MCM
pregame show.
To the halftime
show. I am Jack Hughes. This is Will and Ben. And
with the season coming to an end, we just want to take a quick time out and say thank you to everyone who joined us every single week to broadcast the Marshfield Rams football games. That ball picked off to the 5-10 touchdown. Marshfield wants to go and block it. They did. No one's going to catch Cole Hannigan as he throws on the afterburners.
the opportunity to broadcast our hometown athletes is such a privilege. We are also honored to bring you guys into the action.
Unfortunately, we're actually at risk of losing this local sports coverage that brings our community together. Frankly, we're in desperate need of support.
You see, we're a nonprofit, and while you may see us on a variety of platforms, the main funding that Marshfield Community Media gets is from the cable payments of Marshfield residents.
As more and more people continue to cut cable in the town, this results in dwindling funds for MCM, which means less broadcasting and even worse, less football.
If you enjoy seeing our local athletes on screen, if you've been enjoying our halftime reports, or if you value hometown sports and community storytelling, please consider making a donation today. Your donations can help keep the lights on, the mics working, and the cameras rolling.
Your donations will go directly towards the essentials: equipment upgrades, production costs, and to pay the staff that's behind us every single week during the games.
Every contribution, big or small, helps keep the game going and the cameras rolling. So please, consider donating down below.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by
Biviano General Contracting.
Biviano General Contracting is Marshfield's leading custom modular house builder. Modular building saves time and money. Only 8 to 12 weeks for the entire build, saving up to 25% of the cost compared to traditional building. We also offer custom deck building, kitchen and bathroom remodels, additions, and house elevations.
More information can be found at bivianocontracting.com.
Repel Pest Solutions. Repel Pest Solutions is a full-service pest control company protecting residential and commercial properties from nuisance pests that carry germs and diseases. They are a small, family-run business from Marshfield, licensed, insured, competitively priced. We work to understand your needs and offer an integrated pest solution that's environmentally friendly. Don't be afraid to bug us. Road to Responsibility. Founded in 1988, Road to Responsibility's mission is to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. We are committed to providing all individuals with opportunities to truly live in the community. Through our services, we are proud to enrich and improve the lives of every individual, one person at a time.
Hey guys, I'm Will.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Ben.
And we are the voices of the Marshfield Rams football team for the pregame and halftime show that you hear every week.
Welcome back to the Marshfield Rams MCM pregame show.
To the halftime
show. I am Jack Hughes. This is Will and Ben. And
with the season coming to an end, we just want to take a quick time out and say thank you to everyone who joined us every single week to broadcast the Marshfield Rams football games. That ball hits off to the 5-10 touchdown. Marshfield wants to go and block it. They did. No one's going to catch Cole Hannigan as he throws on the afterburners.
The opportunity to broadcast our hometown athletes is such a privilege. We are also honored to bring you guys into the action.
Unfortunately, we're actually at risk of losing this local sports coverage that brings our community together. Frankly, we're in desperate need of support.
You see, we're a nonprofit, and while you may see us on a variety of platforms, the main funding that Marshfield Community Media gets is from the cable payments of Marshfield residents.
As more and more people continue to cut cable in the town, this results in dwindling funds for MCM, which means less broadcasting and even worse, less football.
If you enjoy seeing our local athletes on screen, if you've been enjoying our halftime reports, or if you value hometown sports and community storytelling, please consider making a donation today. Your donations can help keep the lights on, the mics working, and the cameras rolling.
Your donations will go directly towards the essentials: equipment upgrades, production costs, and to pay the staff that's behind us every single week during the games.
Every contribution, big or small, helps keep the game going and the cameras rolling. So please, consider donating down below.
Marshfield Community News is powered by Tiny & Sons Auto Glass.
The Molly Fitzgerald Memorial Fund was established 18 years ago after my daughter Molly died accidentally, and we wanted to give some meaning to her passing. And so we created the fund, and our efforts have been to raise money for community groups throughout the town to bring people together and to strengthen the Marshfield community. Tonight's our annual tree lighting event. We've been doing this since we built Dandelion Park back in 2010. So this is our 15th year of doing the tree lighting. It's a lot of fun. We've got a great crowd tonight. There are hundreds of people here celebrating the beginning of the holidays. And it's really pretty simple. We have hot chocolate, there's cookies and donuts, candy. Santa comes and greets all the children. And then at dusk, we light the Christmas tree, and we've got lights all around the park. And it's just really a way to bring the community together in a way to celebrate the holidays. We had the line dancers, and Maddie Kay's line dancers came in and did a little rave in the front. So that was kind of fun. We hadn't done that before. And we had the Marshfield Community Outreach Club came and sang Christmas carols, and everybody sang along. It's a real small town way to celebrate the holidays.
This is a terrific night for us. We look forward to this every single year. The crowd is terrific. Santa is terrific. The Chamber of Commerce is involved. The Marshfield High School Music Outreach Club, the Maddie Kay line dancers. Just a tremendous night. Great community night. We're really happy to be here and happy everybody's having a good time.
I think the most fun part is just being together as a family and, being able to do something fun like this as it gets close to Christmas. We were excited to come out and see Santa and just be here with the festivities. I think just having something where all of Marshfield has the ability to come out and be together and do something wholesome just as we get close to Christmas. I think it's really important to have things like this so that we all feel like we're a part of Marshfield.
We're appreciative of Marshfield for putting this on and giving the kids and all families of all sizes something fun to do and be a part of the community and everyone coming together for the evening. It's really nice.
Marshfield Community News is powered by Tiny & Sons. Marshfield Community News is powered by Tiny & Sons Auto Glass.
The Friends of the Marshfield Dog Park, a nonprofit organization that pays for the maintenance of the dog park, just held its annual Picture and Pint with Santa fundraiser. At this event, dog owners brought their dogs to Stellwagen to have their picture taken with Santa. Vice President of the organization, Aaron Fitzpatrick, gave us more on the event.
We're raising money to maintain the park, and we pay for a weekly professional pet waste removal service. So that's what makes our park special and keeps our park clean and safe for the community to enjoy. So today's festivities are special because we have people that come back year after year. There's people that actually don't use the park but will come to this event, so that's kind of special too. We have people that travel from all over the South Shore to visit our park and our events, so this event in particular is really special to us. Today we have a 50-50 cash raffle prize. We have a regular raffle with a bunch of prizes donated by local businesses. And this is a great opportunity for people to help us raise money to maintain the park. So we pay over $10,000 a year for our professional pet waste removal service. And this is what helps us keep the park clean and safe for everyone to enjoy. I think people like to be involved, and this is a chance to be involved in the raising of the money for our nonprofit. So this event has been going on for the last 7 years, and so this is how we raise money to keep the park clean. If you would like to make a donation to our nonprofit, you can head to our website, marshfielddogpark.com. You can check out our future events and make a donation or reach out if you'd like to volunteer.
It's been so fun to see all the dogs dressed up and see Santa. I thought my dog would be scared, but she actually loved him. And we got a nice, cute photo. It'll go on the fridge. It's just a nice sense of togetherness, especially in such a crazy time of year, to come together and, give back to a cause that we all love and love to support.
Marshfield Community News is powered by Tiny & Sons Auto Glass.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by Repel Pest Solutions,
Biviano General Contracting,
Road to Responsibility. MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by
Biviano General Contracting.
Biviano General Contracting is Marshfield's leading custom modular house builder. Modular building saves time and money. Only 8 to 12 weeks for the entire build, saving up to 25% of the cost compared to traditional building. We also offer custom deck building, kitchen and bathroom remodels, additions, and house elevations.
More information can be found at bivianocontracting.com.
Repel Pest Solutions. Repel Pest Solutions is a full-service pest control company protecting residential and commercial properties from nuisance pests that carry germs and diseases. They are a small, family-run business from Marshfield, licensed, insured, competitively priced. We work to understand your needs and offer an integrated pest solution that's environmentally friendly. Don't be afraid to bug us. Road to Responsibility. Founded in 1988, Road to Responsibility's mission is to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. We are committed to providing all individuals with opportunities to truly live in the community. Through our services, we are proud to enrich and improve the lives of every individual, one person at a time.
Marshfield Community News is powered by Tiny & Sons Auto Glass.
So DECA is a international co-curricular student organization for high school and college kids that are interested in the field of business, entrepreneurship, hospitality, and tourism. And the students get to have an extension of their business classes through our DECA organization. So tonight is our third annual Shop Local Night. It's a fundraiser that we started for DECA to bring the business community into the doors of Marshfield High School. So tonight we have a wide variety of local businesses and vendors and crafters. We have a lot of artisans here selling artwork. We have some amazing woodworkers here, and we have a lot of student organizations that have made student projects in crafts in our art departments and our carpentry classes. So we have a lot of wonderful things for sale and for offer tonight. So we are holding this year, and we have for the past 2 years to help raise funds for our DECA organization. So the money that we raise tonight will help offset the cost for our students to attend various DECA competitions and conferences throughout the school year. Some new additions that I'm looking forward to this year is we've done a collaboration, and we're working in conjunction with the Marshfield Chamber of Commerce, and they're here offering cookie decorating. So that'll be a fun activity to partake in. I think it brings a sense of holiday spirit to the community. So it's a great way to come together and celebrate the holiday season.
Well, I love doing events for schools. I have 2 children of my own, so I love giving back to the community. I love meeting new people. I love meeting new vendors. I love sharing artisan stories about how they're overcoming extreme situations to thrive in this world through their beautiful products. I hope it brings a sense of just belonging in this community. The events I've been doing have been so wonderful. Everyone's in a great mood. Everyone's just so kind and so giving, and I'm really looking forward to that tonight in this community in Marshfield.
Marshfield Community News is powered by Tiny & Sons Auto Glass.
Hey guys, I'm Will.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Ben.
And we are the voices of the Marshfield Rams football team for the pregame and halftime show that you hear every week.
Welcome back to the Marshfield Rams
MCM
pregame show.
To the halftime
show. I am Jack Hughes. This is Will and Ben.
And with the season coming to an end, we just want to take a quick time out and say thank you to everyone who joined us every single week to broadcast the Marshfield Rams football games. That ball picked off to the 5-10. Touchdown! Marshfield wants to go and block it. They did. No one's gonna catch Cole Hannigan as he throws on the afterburners.
The opportunity to broadcast our hometown athletes is such a privilege. We are also honored to bring you guys into the action.
Unfortunately, we're actually at risk of losing this local sports coverage that brings our community together. Frankly, we're in desperate need of support.
You see, we're a nonprofit, and while you may see us on a variety of platforms, the main funding that Marshfield Community Media gets is from the cable payments of Marshfield residents.
As more and more people continue to cut cable in the town, this results in dwindling funds for MCM, which means less broadcasting and even worse, less football.
If you enjoy seeing our local athletes on screen, if you've been enjoying our halftime reports, or if you value hometown sports and community storytelling, please consider making a donation today. Your donations can help keep the lights on, the mics working, and the cameras rolling.
Your donations will go directly towards the essentials: equipment upgrades, production costs, and to pay the staff that's behind us every single week during the games.
Every contribution, big or small, helps keep the game going and the cameras rolling. So please, consider donating down below.
People in the community tell us all the time, Marshfield Community Media is a hidden gem. While we love hearing that we're a gem, we don't love hearing that we're hidden. So let's talk about what we can offer you and this wonderful community. One of the biggest things we offer is training. We can train you on various forms of media such as camera work, podcasting, editing, and so much more. The only thing we require is that you're a member of our studio, which for Marshfield residents is just $30 a year. And with that membership, you not only get access to training, but our entire arsenal of state-of-the-art equipment. We'll help you create the content you've been dreaming about. In addition to this, We also offer production services. Do you have a small business and want to film some promotions for your website or social media? We've got you covered. We've worked with businesses all over the South Shore to produce high-quality promotional material at an affordable rate. You probably already know this, but in case you don't, we provide high-quality coverage of important community events. This includes MHS varsity sports, municipal government meetings, important local news, and many other special community events and ceremonies. So if you'd like to know more about us, you can check out our website at marshfieldcommunitymedia.com or give us a call at 781-837-4384. Thank you.
Crossing the 50, 40, he's got two men to beat, no one's gonna catch.
Kick is up, and it is score for three. Got it!
With the shot, lights out, good night, goodbye, and that's it! Marshfield wins!
It's a great serve.
Another one! Drop! And the Rams drop one first here in the Super Bowl.
Nice.
Kick on the field, and it is
Scored! It is scored!
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by Repel Pest Solutions,
Biviano General Contracting,
Road to Responsibility.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Robert E. Kutha Gymnasium here at Marshfield High School. It's been a long time since we've been back in this gym, Andrew. I'm Tyler Pinheiro. Alongside me is Andrew Youngworth. Andrew, I'm so excited right now for this game. Talk to me a little bit. What do you like in going into this matchup?
Tyler, I'm liking the matchup we have here between the Rams and the Red Raiders. Marshfield went 17-5. North Quincy went 19-4. This is going to be a battle of two of the Patriot League's best. Coach Fisher and Coach Barrett are two of the Patriot League's best coaches. This is going to be an amazing matchup.
I can feel the goosebumps right now, Andrew. I am very excited. We got Marshfield starters out here on the court. Let's just run through them real quick. We got Brody Hessian, number 23. We got Dan Patton, number 10. Ryan McCabe, number 12. Noah Feldman back there. It's hard to see his number right now. 21. I think that's 21. And then we got the big fella himself, all 6'8" of them. Cam Ryan, number 31, man in the middle. And out here for North Quincy, looking like we got Logan Lay, Aiden Chen, Jason Lay, not Jason Lay, excuse me, that's the captain, Austin Faraday. And up there at the center, we got Giuseppe Tallarico. As Tallarico wins the tip, and Feldman fights for it, and it goes out of bounds. Gonna say it's Marshfield's ball to start it off. Hot way to start off the game, Andrew.
Tyler, we have two traditional starters from last year's team that are starting in this game for Marshfield. That's Noah Feldman and Dan Patton, the two captains.
Now here's Patton here at the top, swings it over to Hessian at the right wing. He's going to get the screen from McCabe. McCabe slips, gets the ball stripped from him, and North Quincy's going to come away with that. That's De Lima. Now bringing it up the court. This is Lay, guarded by Patton. Lay trying to see the backdoor cut. Nothing's there. Swings it to the top to De Lima. Swing it to the corner for the three. That one's off. That's Faraday right there, the sophomore captain. The ball's loose on the ground. Good hustle right there. The ball's bouncing around so much. It ends up in the hands of there. But Patton is able to get that one from the cookie jar, trying to get the first points of the game. Now he's going to clear it back out. Patton swings it over to McCabe. Back over to Ryan in the corner. Ryan thought about the three, gets it to Feldman. Feldman fakes the three. Now he's going to go into the paint, goes up, gets the foul, can't get the shot to go.
Tyler, this has been a physical 48 seconds to start the game. And those offensive rebounds that North Quincy got is something that Coach Fish of Marshfield is not going to stand for. He is going to make sure that his team lines up with more offensive rebounds and is the better hustling team, because thus far, North Quincy is out hustling the Rams.
Absolutely, and that's where the lack of not having Richardson comes in. First shot for Feldman's good. Gets the first points of the Rams season.
And Noah Feldman, as I mentioned, one of the key players for this team last year, and he's going to be a key player this year. He has been named a senior starter along Dan Patton. Coach Fish trusts these two entirely to lead their team this season.
Second one for Feldman is up, and it's good. And just as I said in the pregame, Andrew Marshfield's up in that press, making North Quincy run early.
And this is what Fish likes. He likes the pressure. No one is going to outwork Coach Fish's team.
There you go. Now Hessian taking assignment of guard and Lay. Hessian playing great defense on him, picking him up all the way at the half-court line. Little miscommunication there as Lay found himself open under the basket, but they can't find him. So here's De Lima. Tries to get it to his big man. Tallarico can't get it. Patton throws a lob to Noah Feldman. Feldman goes up, puts the layup in. There's the chemistry from the two of them right there, Andrew. You never miss it.
Spectacular chemistry from Patton and Feldman.
Now here is Lay bringing it up the court. Hessian not making it easy for him, trying to get him to go left. Gets into the paint. Ryan pokes that one free over to the big man. Ryan sends it back, and they're going to call a jump ball right there. So I believe possession is going to stay here with North Quincy.
Tyler, Cam Ryan has something that a Marshfield team hasn't had in years, and that is height. Cam Ryan was on the roster last year, but he did not play that big of a role this year with Cam Ryan being a starter. Marshfield has height for the first time in a long time, and it's been beneficial thus far.
Takes you back to the days of having the Waldens. As Patton is able to rip that one loose, get his man on the ground. That one gets thrown off of Cam Ryan. We was proud of Patton getting the stop right there.
Marshfield coming out the gates firing. Coach Fish wouldn't have it any other way. Marshfield, and you hear the student section here, it is absolutely electric here in the Robert Kuther Gymnasium.
Andrew, I was at the Celtics game last night, and I think it's louder in here than it was in TD Garden. See us Hessian guard and Lay. Gets the screen. Great blitz right there from Ryan. Got to recover. Make sure to cover the big down low. Ball swinging around. Great defense here. That's far from Marshfield. As that's a great slip right there from the sophomore captain Faraday to find his big man Tallarico.
Pass by Faraday. That's why he's a sophomore captain. He's got the vision. He's got the leadership. Being a sophomore captain at North Quincy is no easy feat.
As here's Feldman going in the paint. Slips the dime to Dan Patton. And Patton shows all of his vertical leap right there. Now they're right back into the press. Looking like Lay is going to be the main ball handler for most of this game. As he's able to get by Hessian on that one. Hessian tried to back tap him. Now they're going to leave Faraday wide open. That's a mistake as he hits the three.
Yeah, that's something that just can't happen. You can't leave the sophomore captain open for three.
Now here goes Patton into the paint. Throws up a tough shot. He's going to draw the foul. McCabe was still there on the offensive glass regardless, so good effort there from Marshfield to just keep the pace moving.
And Brody Hessian has done a phenomenal job guarding Logan Lay thus far. Brody Hessian, he doesn't exactly have the size, but he has the size of the fight in the dog. That's the phrase that they say. Brody Hessian has had an amazing start so far.
Give Hessian a lot of credit. It's not easy guarding 94 feet every possession. He's doing a great job thus far.
Absolutely.
First shot for Patton is up, and it rattles in. No subs yet for Fish. He's liking what he's seeing from the starting five. Second shot for Patton is up. That one's good.
Free throws was a big thing Coach Fish leaned on last year, and so far 4 for 4 from the line. That's big.
100%. Now here's Hessian guarding 94 yet again. Doing a great job on Lay so far. As I swing it over to Faraday, Patton's got that assignment. It's Patton making Faraday's day very difficult right now. Now Hessian's going to try him. He swings it over to Chen. Chen gets into the paint, immediately swarmed. Now Patton looking like he's just playing that free safety role right now. Chen kicks it out. This one's to Lay. Lay for three. The lefty connects that one. And he does a little 2K emote after that. I don't really know what that was.
That's 2 straight open threes for North Quincy. Those can't happen. This is going to be a tight game. You can't allow those open threes.
There's McCabe going to the rack, gets that one stripped. North Quincy trying to run, but Marshall does a great job of preventing the fast break. So now Lay's just going to walk this one up the court. Lay trying to get inside, hands this one off to Faraday. Faraday thought about it. He has range. Swings this one out over to DeLima. DeLima swings this one in to Tallarico. Tallarico looked like he traveled right there, and the ref is going to call it. So there's another turnover here for North Quincy. Is now Jamison Bongelotti's getting ready to check into the game. Looking like he's going to take out Cam Ryan.
And Cam Ryan, a phenomenal start for him right there. Huge shout out to him. Did not have the biggest role last year, but Cam Ryan played amazing defense in those first 4 minutes of the game.
Fish really liked what he sees. He was giving Ryan a lot of praise right there as he went over to get his water. Now here goes Feldman, gets into the paint, gets to his left, kicks it to Bongelotti in the corner. Bongelotti puts up the three. No good, but he's in there for the rebound. Ball keeps getting backed around. Now it's going to end up in the hands of Faraday. Faraday going downhill, gets into the middle of the paint, does a Euro step, tries to shoot over Bongelotti. That one's no good. Faraday almost gets his own rebound, but Patton has it now. Patton's just going to push the tempo up the floor. Patton going to the rim by himself, kicks it to Feldman in the corner for three. That one's good for Noah Feldman.
And the Patton and Feldman chemistry prevails once again. We've seen it all quarter. Patton and Feldman, that duo, the chemistry between those two is unmatched.
Unbelievable. They had it at breakout. They still have it here. Now, here's Lay coming up the floor again, yet to pass half court. Hessian not making this easy for him, looking like they're running a double high. And Patton reads that one like a diary of a Wimpy Kid book, and he goes up and puts the layup in. That's just too easy right there, Andrew.
Dan Patton and Noah Feldman, the two captains Unbelievable work from them two thus far. Marshfield setting the tone early. You take away those 2 open threes, and the score is 13-2. Those are simple mishaps that cannot happen, and I assure you, Coach Fish is going to let them know right now.
Yeah, the defensive tenacity from Patton, Andrew. We've seen it every single time Dan Patton's on the court. He just loves getting in the passing lanes. He loves double teaming, getting those steals, and getting those easy fast break points.
And I'm also excited to see Jamison Bongelati, what he can do. Now him having the sixth man role, he has a much more important role on this year's team than last year. So seeing Jamison Bongelati, one of the leaders for this team, he's a senior. I'm excited to see what he has in store. Tyler, the current 5 out on the court is much smaller now with Cam Ryan out of the lineup. Your tallest player is Noah Feldman. So Fish goes back to what he's used to, which is small ball, 5 out, push the tempo offense and defense. So I'm curious to see the 5 that he puts out here.
So right before the timeout, I noticed that Chesborough is checking in. So I'm going to assume he's going to take out Ryan McCabe just so they can have Chesborough downstairs guarding Tyler Rico just to have that big presence on the floor. So now we're going to see how the prediction pays off here with one of the new players coming in for this Marshfield team.
Chesborough, a big that I have heard great things about. Sean Chesborough is set to do amazing things here for Marshfield basketball. Already has an important role as a junior. He's going to be one of Marshfield's big men. Let's see what he can do. He's going to be guarding the ball here.
And as I said, he did take out Ryan McCabe right there. He's going to be on ball now. Get it into Lay. Now Patton's going to take over guarding Lay. Looks like they switched it up a little bit. Patton not making it easy for him thus far. Poking it loose, and he gets the steal. Again, Dan Patton going up for the fast break layup. Does the Euro step like Giannis. Gets another 2 points there for Patton.
Dan Patton's defense is just unreal, and his poise to finish at the rack is unbelievable.
I wouldn't want to play him one-on-one personally. Now here's Faraday walking the ball at the court. He has Hessian on him now. Goes into the paint, slips that one into Tarico. And Tyler Rico puts that one up over Chesborough to get another bucket here for North Quincy. Now here's Hessian walking this one down the floor. Gets it over to Patton. Patton thought about the 3. I thought he was going to pull it personally.
I did too.
Swings it in the corner to Chesborough. Chesborough fakes. Now he goes baseline. Euro steps, loses the ball. Hits the cutter. That's Brody Hessian. Brody Hessian knocks that one off the glass for another Marshfield bucket.
You see that little junior connection there from Sean Chesborough and Brody Hessian. Those are things you love to see.
Played a lot of ball together. Now here's Lay bringing it up the court again. Patton finally gets called for the reach on that one. It was about time.
It was about time. Patton, I think 3 steals already in the first quarter. It was about time one of those got called for a foul. Now we see the other junior that we have high hopes on, Cole Hannigan, checking in for Brody Hessian. So now we see Hannigan and Chesborough, 2 of JV's best their sophomore year, get varsity reps.
Yep. We talked about Hannigan in the pregame. He's a great defender. Let's see what he can do here. He got the assignment of Faraday. Swings it up to the top of the key. Now they get over to the corner. Gets that one inside again. Bongelati sends that one back, and Feldman's able to get the rebound. Feldman going downhill, going into the paint. Tries to find someone. He ended up just throwing that one out of bounds. Went a little too fast right there.
And Jamison Bongelati, not that tall of a player, but he's guarding the biggest man out there, and so far he has dominated that matchup. Jamison Bongelati showing some of his skills in football, being a cornerback.
Not the tallest on the team, but he is one heck of an athlete. He can jump like the best of them. And Patton just making it miserable for Lay in the backcourt right now. Lay, that one almost went out of bounds, and that one gets intercepted by Hannigan. You think we'd be playing football right now. Oh, and Chesborough can't hang on to it, and that one's going to go out of bounds. A missed momentum opportunity right there for Marshfield, Andrew.
Patton's defense is just ferocious, Tyler. There's no other way to put it. Patton looks like the best defensive player in the Patriot League in this first quarter.
Andrew, I just noticed this now. It looks like North Quincy is still yet to sub. They still have their starting 5 out there. Now here's Hannigan guarding Faraday. Gets the screen. Now Chesborough blitzes. Faraday dribbles that one off his leg. Tries to draw the foul. He can't. Patton tries to back tap him. Throws up a wild shot over Bongelati, but great contest. Now Bongelati has it. Gets it out to Patton. Patton swings that one in. Back and forth. Hannigan gets it over, but Patton gets that one rejected. Marshall's going to take that one underneath.
I mean, this game has just been an intense battle between 2 really talented teams. You see Brody Hessian check back in right here.
Taking out Patton. Interesting call there from Coach Fisher, but I guess everybody needs their rest.
Except for the North Quincy starters, apparently.
Here goes Feldman. Feldman just too strong. Gets inside and is able to draw the foul. Noah Feldman, he's not the fastest player, but he's very strong, very physical, and he knows how to draw contact.
Noah Feldman, a very smart basketball player. He's already gotten to the line once. This is going to be his second visit to the line. 2 for 2 his first time around, which is important in games like these where free throws really matter.
100% games like these where you know it's going to be close. Every basket matters. Now here's Feldman taking his time. First shot's up. First shot's good.
Tyler, another factor in this game has been the student section thus far. They have been loud, they have been rowdy, they have been getting in North Quincy's head. Marshfield student sections always represent.
Definitely been loud. This place is shaking a little bit since we first got in here earlier today for the pregame show. Second shot's up for Feldman. That one's good as well. Marshfield continuing to stay perfect here at the line. And Hannigan knocks that one out of bounds. Good defense there from Cole Hannigan. Marshfield just continuing, Andrew, to not make this easy right now.
Coach Fish's defense is just unlike any other in the Patriot League. No one plays the way Marshfield plays defense.
Hannigan doing a great job on Osen right now. Just not letting anything get by him as Flaherty has to hand this one off to Lay. Hannigan now on Lay as well. Tries to put the shot up. And that one's tipped in right there by Tyler. He's in the right place at the right time almost every play, Andrew. As that one gets intercepted. Great hands right there from De Lima. De Lima, haven't heard his name a lot, but he just makes the plays when he needs to.
And these are mistakes that Marshall just can't allow. You see an open three right there. And another offensive rebound.
Lay missed that one. Fortunate there for Marshfield. Feldman tries to snatch that one there from Chen. Now Chen goes into the paint. Faraday puts up the court. Now back inside. That one's up. That one's there. Chen can't. Now here goes Brody Hessian running the court. Hessian goes inside, gets fouled. Can't connect that one for the and one. But good take to the rim right there regardless from Brody Hessian.
All of those offensive rebounds on the other end, Tyler, are just things that Marshfield simply can't allow. These are things that Coach Fish does not tolerate. All the offensive rebounds, all the wide open shots. Against a team like North Quincy, one of the more skilled teams in the Patriot League, those can't happen.
Yeah, looks like we have another new face getting ready to check in here. Looks like Liam Riley's getting ready to go. As Hessian's able to knock in the first free throw, he's going to take out, Riley, is going to take out Noah Feldman. So now we have an entire bench unit in the game right now. Oh, no, we don't. Hessian's still in. Hessian started.
This is the first lineup without either captain, so let's see how that goes.
Chesborough staying on the ball. I believe he's a safety out in football, so he knows how to chase. Gets the screen there. Now Hessian going to be back on Faraday. We saw this matchup earlier before Hessian came out of the game. Tries to go backdoor. Nothing works right there. Swings this one over to De Lima. De Lima trying to get to his left hand. Goes right inside at the help. Able to draw contact. I think that one's going to be on the floor, though.
I mean, this defense has just been suffocating thus far. North Quincy coach clearly not happy. But this Coach Fish's team has just been suffocating thus far.
De Lima looked like he got a little bit of a bailout on that one right there because he ran right into Bongelotti's help defense. Now they get this one inside to the big man, but he coughs it up, and now Bongelotti's able to recover this one, gets it over to Hannigan, swings it over to Hessian. Marshall looking like they're going to go for the last shot right here in the first quarter. Fish telling Hessian to back up a little bit. Gets the screen from Chesborough. Hessian snatches back, steps back, puts up the three. That one's just a little short right there. North Quincy isn't able to get any shot off. So, Andrew, at the end of one, Marshall leads by 9, 21-12 here. What'd you like from Marshall so far?
They were just fired up. The defense was suffocating. The momentum was Marshfield's the entire way. The student section had their back. Coach Fish's energy had their back. Marshfield's energy was unmatched by North Quincy in the first quarter. Let's see if North Quincy can quiet the student section and set this game back to reality, because right now, this game has been all Marshfield thus far.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Don't go anywhere. Viewers, will be right back after this quick word from our sponsor here on Marshfield Community Media.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by Repel Pest Solutions,
Biviano General Contracting,
Road to Responsibility.
Welcome back here to the Robert E. Cuther Gymnasium here at Marshfield High School. I'm Tyler Pinheiro, joined with Andrew Youngworth. And if you're just joining us here, first quarter, Andrew, plain and simple, Marshfield looked great. They were running fast. They were getting easy points. Some little mental mistakes, but that can always be resolved. So what do you think they got to do to keep it up?
Just keep up the defensive intensity. We saw it in the first quarter. Marshfield's defense was unbelievable. Their momentum that they have coming into this quarter is strictly because of that defense.
Yeah, and looks like Marshfield has the starters back into the game. Patton swings it over to Hessian. Hessian gets it to Cam Ryan. Cam Ryan, not really a shooter, trying to go downhill, using all 6'8" of his frame. Patton goes up. That one gets rejected. Ryan's not able to snatch that one. Now Hessian gonna guard Faraday right here, bringing the ball up the floor. Faraday putting a lot of dribble moves on right now. Gets it to the corner for Chen. Chen's able to catch the 3 in right there.
That's Chen's second 3 of the day, another open 3 for him.
Just a defensive breakdown for Marshfield. Now here's Feldman. Gets that one poked loose. Gonna say that one stays here. Noah Feldman looked like he dodged the bullet on that one.
North Quincy coming out into the second quarter with a ton of energy, something they needed to do. Marshfield has to combat this with energy of their own.
Now here goes Hessian, swings it over to Feldman. Feldman in his 3-point stance like he does, goes to the paint, tries to sneak that one into Patton, but the defense was ready for it. There's another turnover there for Marshfield. Tallarico catches this one. Tallarico's been solid so far in the game. Now here's Lay. Lay waves off Faraday. Now Patton trying to poke it loose, and he does just that, but Feldman's not able to hang on. Patton was ready to run down the court to get his layup. Now they swing it inside. Here's this shot up. No, shot is no good right there for DeLima. Rebounds collected by Marshfield. Here goes Feldman. Feldman trying to get to his left. They're shutting it off. Now he does his little double spin, goes up, lands a little awkwardly, but he seems fine. Draws another foul.
Feldman gets to the line once again. 4 for 4 on the line so far. Crucial in a game against North Quincy, which is a star-studded opponent that actually beat Marshfield last year, 66-49. So in this type of game, free throws matter.
And Andrew, I'm starting to think that Coach Kevin Barrett isn't actually coaching and that it's Tom Thibodeau, because all the starters are still in the game and we haven't seen anyone from the bench. As Feldman breaks the perfect free throw streak right there, misses the first one.
You're right, we have not seen any starters come in this far. He must really trust his team, and they have done a good job. North Quincy relying a little much on the 3, and that's just a thanks to Marshfield's defense.
Here's second shot for Feldman. That one's up. That one's good this time. Marshfield still in that full court press, but they get it into Faraday. Faraday still guarded by Hessian. Now McCabe blitzes this one. Faraday just trying to draw contact. The student section doesn't like it too much. Now he gets it back over to Lay, and Patton pokes Lay again. Patton going up for the layup. Double clutches, and he's able to connect with that one. Landed on his back, but Patton's still able to get his 2 points.
Dan Patton's defense is just unreal.
They're going to call a foul right there. They're going to say Patton got that one against us. That's going to be Patton's second foul here. Now, if you're Coach Fish, you got to watch out because that's your superstar right there. You don't want him getting into crazy foul trouble early on.
The amount of points off turnovers that Marshfield has been able to create is a big reason why they're up 9 thus far. It's the points off the turnovers, setting them up for wide open layups.
Andrew, looks like North Quincy made their first sub as number 22, Skyle Campos, has checked into the game, the junior. And now Patton gets another steal here. Now Patton just going to wait for his team here. Now he's going to go, trying to get inside. Throws it to nobody, but McCabe is right in the area. Gets it over to Feldman. Feldman fakes, sidesteps, doesn't put up the shot. Now McCabe going to his left, gets to the rim, switches to the right hand, LaMelo Ball style to get a quick layup right there. Good move by Ryan McCabe. Now here comes Lay, bringing the ball up yet again. Patton on him, Patton. It's like Patton's guarding a baby right now when he's guarding Lay. Just pokes him loose every single time. Now Feldman's going to get in on the action a little bit. Feldman takes that one, and he loses it, but he's going to get fouled right there. Chen just trying to avoid any chance at a layup on that one.
I mean, you stole the words right out of my mouth. Like, Patton's able to get the steals, and then Feldman gets one right there. That speaks to why they are named the captains of Fish's team. Coach Fish loves defense. Patton and Feldman have some of the best defense on this Marshfield basketball team.
Yep. Looks like Hannigan's getting ready to check in, as well as Garrett Griffin here for North Quincy. So another sub coming in for North Quincy as Feldman isn't able to connect on that first free throw. So Patton and Lay are both going to come off here. Lay had a little bit of a rough stretch right there in those 2.5 minutes. Looking like he's just trying to reset himself there on the bench. Second shot for Feldman that time. This one's good. Now here goes Hessian Garden. Hands it off. Feldman trying to poke that one loose right there, but Chen's able to hold on. Feldman just staying upright with him right now. As here goes DeLima. DeLima hands this one off to Faraday. Faraday goes in, pump fake. He just fell over on that one. Looked like he wanted to draw the foul, and he just drew nothing as Cam Ryan gets shoved to the ground right there by Ocampo. So, Andrew, there's just bodies flying all over the court right now.
Marshfield is winning the mental battle right now, is what we've seen. And the student section is helping that as well. Faraday is all in his own head trying to draw fouls, and you see Cam Ryan just get absolutely shoved right there for no reason.
Exactly. Now here's Hannigan here on sideline. Gets it over, swinging it all the way around. Gets it over to Feldman now. Kib over to Hessian. Hessian to Hannigan in the corner. I think we have all lefties in the game right now. Oh, no, we don't. We just have Hessian. But Noah puts up the floater. That one's no good. Going to say foul on the ground right there as Ryan gets taken out of the air yet again, Andrew. Cam Ryan's just looking like he's a target right now for North Quincy.
If you take a look at the paint, Tyler, Ocampos and Cam Ryan have been constantly battling during this possession in the paint, just like they were on the other side when North Quincy had the ball. This looks like it's going to be a physical matchup between those two.
Great play right there from Feldman, getting it into McCabe. And McCabe loves switching to his offhand, the right hand right there. Able to get another layup here. And Marshfield has almost doubled the lead right here in the second quarter. So Andrew, Marshfield, they just came out firing on all cylinders here in the second quarter.
Marshfield's chemistry is showing right now. All players are connecting. The defensive intensity has been immense. It's been perfect. It's been everything Coach Fish has wanted so far in this game. Minus a couple threes. You take away those threes, North Quincy has 4 points. That's how well Marshfield has been playing thus far.
Marshfield, they've just been absolutely incredible thus far here in this game. If you're North Quincy, though, Andrew, what are you saying to your team right now after letting up a run like that?
I think Marshfield has bounced back tremendously. Marshfield comes back from a 17-point loss to the same team just last year. Now, granted, North Quincy has lost a couple of their stars, but Marshfield has as well, as Luke Richardson is unable to play tonight.
Exactly. Like you were saying, injuries are tough. North Quincy, I feel like they just need a mental reset right now. You know what I mean? Like, both of their ball handlers have gotten ripped on multiple occasions so far. Just need a quick reset here with this timeout, and hopefully they can come back and start making this game close again.
That's what they need to do, because right now their offense has zero solution. Marshfield's defense has found an answer to every problem that North Quincy has started. Marshfield is currently filling in all of the holes. North Quincy has no answer.
Yep, looking like Fish finally breaks the huddle here. Doesn't make any changes so far. Sends back the same crew to the court. Now Marshfield's still in that press, Andrew. That press is dangerous. Now here's Hessian guarding Faraday. Hessian just unfazed by any of these moves so far. Just keeping them past the three-point line. They're swinging around. They get this one in the corner to Chen. Chen puts up the three. Can't get that one to go. Chen has a couple of threes in this game. Shot goes up right there from Griffin. Griffin can't connect. Now McCabe is going to be off to the races, running right here. Pulls back, gets it to Hessian. Hessian going to reset, set up an offense. Fish screaming at the players to run their play right now. Looking like they're trying to get a post up for Ryan. Feldman's going to wave it off and just go to the rim and put the layup in. Great physical play right there from Noah Feldman.
Great take right there from Feldman.
Hessian back on Faraday. Faraday just trying to get something going right here. Hannigan thought about the blitz, but he pulls back. Swing it over to Griffin. Griffin trying to find something open, just can't. Gets it back out to Faraday. North Quincy can't find any solutions on offense right now. Faraday spins, gets into the paint. Drop it in. McCabe's there for the help. Great rejection right there from Ryan McCabe.
Ryan McCabe has been a monster in the paint. McCabe has over 5 defensive rebounds at this point in the game. And then you see the block right there. McCabe is playing like a big.
McCabe, he's another great athlete on the team. You were saying you've seen him dunk before. As that one just doesn't get to its target. Hessian running. North Quincy diving on the floor for it. There's bodies everywhere. Trying to call timeout. They get it over. This is DeLima, and now DeLima is going to get fouled right there. So that's a loose ball. Pretty sure Hessian's going to hear it from Fish that he didn't dive on the floor right there.
Fish is not happy that North Quincy is able to come away with that ball. That's one that Marshfield needs to get, and that's one that Coach Fish has trained them to get, but Marshfield unable to do it right there.
One thing Fish loves is diving on the floor, and Marshfield couldn't execute that one right there. Now here comes the screen. That one's going to go inside. McCabe's going to help. Nice little fake pass right there. Now they get it out to Chen. McCabe, great contest. Looking like Luke Cornett out there. Hessian swings it up to McCabe. McCabe just going to go baseline. He spins, loses the ball, but they're going to call a foul right there.
Ryan McCabe has just been a defensive and offensive presence in this game with his size and physicality in this game. Like I said, Ryan McCabe has been playing like a big in this game, taking it to the rack, getting blocks, rebounds. McCabe has just been a beast in the paint thus far.
Like you said, Andrew, his confidence level is certainly a lot higher than we saw last season, and that's something this Marshall team's going to need, not only tonight, but throughout the entire season. First shot from McCabe. Rattles that one in. Now Nate Rollinson getting ready to check in, looking like he's going to take out McCabe. So Nate Rollinson about to make his varsity debut, the quarterback here for Marshall as well. Second shot from McCabe is up, and it's good. Now McCabe's going to work his way to the bench. Great set right there from Ryan McCabe. Now they got Bongelati on the ball now. Hessian going to take over. Shot up. Great pass inside right there from Faraday. You can see he's not just a scorer, he's a great facilitator. He's able to hit Talarico there for the layup. Shot for Rollinson in the corner, no good right there. But Ryan inside fighting, and they're going to call him for the foul. It looked like he only had the ball, but I guess not.
I like that Rollinson rips a shot the second he gets in the game. It shows that he's confident and he's ready to make an impact.
It was looking like the student section was chanting, "We want Nolan," looking like they want Nolan Holmes to check in soon. As Chesborough is getting ready to come back in. Now here comes Faraday up the court. Faraday goes inside. Looked like he traveled right there. Just great defense from Hessian. Pulling the chair right there. And the student section just pointing at him right now. Mr. Battis got to handle that a little bit.
They are letting him know it. And Faraday, his mental game in this second quarter has been completely thrown off in this environment.
100% looked like Chesborough took out Ryan right there. Ryan had another good set for himself right there. Now here's Chesborough on the wing. Chesborough just trying to use his size and strength. Loses the ball a little bit. And he's somehow able to find Brody Hessian. And Brody Hessian puts it up with the left hand. What a play right there from Chesborough and Hessian.
Great play right there from them two. That's not the first connection we've seen from them two in this game.
Now Bongiolotti has Faraday. Matchup we haven't seen now. Bongiolotti is going to switch on to Lay. Bongiolotti's a big, but he can guard out on the perimeter. A little miscommunication there between Bongiolotti and Rollinson. They're going to call the foul on the floor right there, looking like they're going to get Bongiolotti with the reach.
Marshfield has been limiting their fouls so far in this game, something that last year's team sometimes struggled with. Only 4 fouls here in the second quarter.
Not too bad. Now, just set a million screens to get a wide open three right there for Lay, and Lay's able to connect that one.
That is something that Fish is not happy with. A wide open three off the inbound.
Looking like they're going to get it right back, and they do. Bongiolotti's able to answer right away, saying anything you can do, I can do better.
That shows the grit and intensity this team has. You hit a three, I'm going to nail the one right back at you.
Now here's Feldman guarding Lay. Swings it over to Faraday. Shots off right there. Now Feldman just going to run full steam ahead. Hits Rollinson. Rollinson goes in, and one for Nate Rollinson. That's one heck of a way to get your first varsity bucket right there, Andrew.
I mean, what a way to get the first varsity points. You said it right there. Phenomenal pass from Feldman. Rollinson the finish. Let's see if he can do what the rest of the team has done and nail his free throw shots.
Now, since it was an and one, subs coming in right away. Liam Riley checking back in for Brody Hessian. Brody Hessian had that amazing layup we just saw. Now, Andrew, I blanked, and Marshfield leads is now 20. Shots up for Rollinson. And that one's not able to sneak in. Bongiolotti and Chesborough crash. Now here's DeLima bringing the ball up the floor, going inside. Stops, able to keep his pivot foot though. Good play right there from DeLima. Trying to get in, and Noah Feldman read that one like a book, intercepts that, gets to his left. Great move from Noah Feldman right there, just showing the sheer strength of him right there.
Great finish from Noah Feldman. I mean, it's his strength and his smarts at the rim. It's unbelievable.
And Chesborough gets his football instincts in on that one and intercepts it over to Feldman in the corner for the three. That one's no good right there. Still great defensive play from Marshall. Now, Riley and Rollinson double. Good play right there from the two juniors, but just not able to get the turnover.
We have not seen many missed shots today from Noah Feldman. Noah Feldman has just had a phenomenal first half.
And now the student section looking like they're getting their wish. Nolan Holmes is getting ready to check into the game. Now here goes DeLima up the floor and threw that one right to Jamison Bongiolotti. To me, Jamison Bongiolotti doesn't look to be wearing a North Quincy jersey, but he must have seen it. Now here goes Chesborough inside. Gets hack-a-shacked from right behind. I'm going to say that one's on the floor. But I think they're in the bonus, so Chesborough's still going to end up at the free throw line.
Just a great defensive presence from Jamison Bongiolotti as this entire Marshfield team has just been in the heads of the Red Raiders. This whole half, they have been messing up their flow, getting steals left and right, finishing, converting those steals.
Looking like Bongiolotti's about to come out here for Holmes. First shot for Chesborough is up and it's good. Oh, I was wrong. Holmes is coming in for Noah Feldman, and the student section is absolutely loving it. Reminds me of the days when Greg Fennell would check into the game.
I've never seen a student section get so excited for a player to come in.
Shots up, shot is no good right there for Chesborough, only goes 1 for 2. Rollinson unable to collect the rebound. And somehow able to get away from the double team. That was a great play right there by DeLima. DeLima spins. He's just putting on all the dribble moves right now. Now he gets it outside the lay. Chesborough blitzes. Now it goes back to Bongiolotti. They're able to get that one inside to Talarico. Talarico just taking what his team gives him on every single possession, Andrew.
It's a good finish there from Tallarico, but every bucket that North Quincy gets is chaotic because Marshfield is forcing that.
Now here's Bongelati looking like Fish just wants one shot, so Bongelati and Riley are going to play catch a couple of times. Bongelati gets it back to Riley, top of the key. Riley's calling for the screen from his man Rollinson. Now Riley getting ready to ISO, gets it into Rollinson. Rollinson puts up the layup. Layup's no good. Riley in there on the crash. Ball gets taken away a million times. And North Quincy's not able to get a shot up, just unable to see the time left on the clock right there. So Marshfield is going to go into the half up 21, Andrew. Just up one less point than North Quincy has scored in the entire game so far.
That's unbelievable, Tyler. This is not what anyone expected coming into this game. North Quincy finished last year 19-4, and they beat this Marshfield team pretty handily last season. For Marshfield to come into this first half leading up 21 is just unbelievable from Coach Fish, the work he has done this offseason to get this team ready for this game.
Absolutely, and you can see that the returning players really want this game. They know what happened last year. They're not going to let that happen again. So it was a great first half. We'll be right back in a few minutes after these quick words from our sponsors for the halftime show, joined by our great cameraman, Ben Wilson. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by
Biviano General Contracting.
Biviano General Contracting is Marshfield's leading custom modular house builder. Modular building saves time and money. Only 8 to 12 weeks for the entire build, saving up to 25% of the cost compared to traditional building. We also offer custom deck building, kitchen and bathroom remodels, additions, and house elevations.
More information can be found at bivianocontracting.com.
Repel Pest Solutions. Repel Pest Solutions is a full-service pest control company protecting residential and commercial properties from nuisance pests that carry germs and diseases. They are a small, family-run business from Marshfield, licensed, insured, competitively priced. We work to understand your needs and offer an integrated pest solution that's environmentally friendly. Don't be afraid to bug us. Road to Responsibility. Founded in 1988, Road to Responsibility's mission is to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. We are committed to providing all individuals with opportunities to truly live in the community. Through our services, we are proud to enrich and improve the lives of every individual, one person at a time.
Hey guys, I'm Will.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Ben.
And we are the voices of the Marshfield Rams football team for the pregame and halftime show that you hear every week.
Welcome back to the Marshfield Rams MCM pregame show.
To the
halftime show. I am Jack Hughes. This is Will and Ben.
And with the season coming to an end, we just want to take a quick time out and say thank you to everyone who joined us every single week to broadcast the Marshfield Rams football games. That ball hits off to the 5-10 touchdown. Marshfield wants to go and block it. They did. No one's going to catch Cole Hannigan as he throws on the afterburners.
The opportunity to broadcast our hometown athletes is such a privilege. We are also honored to bring you guys into the action.
Unfortunately, we're actually at risk of losing this local sports coverage that brings our community together. Frankly, we're in desperate need of support.
You see, we're a nonprofit, and while you may see us on a variety of platforms, the main funding that Marshfield Community Media gets is from the cable payments of Marshfield residents.
As more and more people continue to cut cable in the town, this results in dwindling funds for MCM, which means less broadcasting and even worse, less football.
If you enjoy seeing our local athletes on screen, if you've been enjoying our halftime reports, or if you value hometown sports and community storytelling, please consider making a donation today. Your donations can help keep the lights on, the mics working, and the cameras rolling.
Your donations will go directly towards the essentials: equipment upgrades, production costs, and to pay the staff that's behind us every single week during the games.
Every contribution, big or small, helps keep the game going and the cameras rolling. So please, consider donating down below.
People in the community tell us all the time, Marshfield Community Media is a hidden gem. While we love hearing that we're a gem, we don't love hearing that we're hidden. So let's talk about what we can offer you and this wonderful community. One of the biggest things we offer is training. We can train you on various forms of media such as camera work, podcasting, editing, and so much more. The only thing we require is that you're a member of our studio, which for Marshfield residents is just $30 a year. And with that membership, you not only get access to training, but our entire arsenal of state-of-the-art equipment. We'll help you create the content you've been dreaming about. In addition to this, we also offer production services. Do you have a small business and want to film some promotions for your website or social media? We've got you covered. We've worked with businesses all over the South Shore to produce high-quality promotional material at an affordable rate. You probably already know this, but in case you don't, we provide high-quality coverage of important community events. This includes MHS varsity sports, municipal government meetings, important local news, and many other special community events and ceremonies. So if you'd like to know more about us, you can check out our website at marshfieldcommunitymedia.com or give us a call at 781-837-4384. Thank you.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by Repel Pest Solutions,
Biviano General Contracting,
Road to Responsibility.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the halftime show. This is going to be very quick and simple. I'm Tyler Pinheiro, joined with Andrew Youngworth. We have our cameraman Ben Wilson here. Ben, what did you like in that first half?
I thought it was great, Tyler. I mean, really, last year we saw with the Rams at North Quincy, we saw a devastating 66-49 loss, and right now, up by almost 20 points. It's looking really good for the Rams here.
Yeah, you said it. They've been playing really fast so far. Is there any players in particular you've liked seeing so far?
I like seeing these players so far, especially Noah Feldman. I mean, you got to mention his name, of course. He's dropping twos, he's dropping threes, left and right, left and right. It's really been him and Dan Padden as well, the two senior captains, just drilling it down the court for the Rams. And right now they have a commanding 19-point lead, so it's looking great for the Rams.
So I'm curious. The question goes out to both of you. What do you think Marshfield needs to do in order to just put this game away right now here in the third quarter, not even give North Quincy any hopes of coming back?
Just keep up the intensity, keep up the defensive presence, the momentum that the student section and this defense has given Marshfield is why they're up 20 right now. As long as they keep up that momentum, I think Marshfield has this.
All right.
Yeah, the Rams are just pounding the rock here on the defense, as I like to say. They're just blocking shots left and right, and especially the fan section, keeping North Quincy on their toes, rattling them with chants left and right. Definitely keeping North Quincy on their toes.
I think the fans have been a very big part of this game so far. As we can hear it behind us, the Rams are coming right back out here onto the court. So that's going to be all here for the halftime show. First one of the basketball season. We'll see you guys many more times. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors with me and Andrew are going to be back on the call. Thank you for watching the halftime show.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by
Biviano General Contracting.
Biviano General Contracting is Marshfield's leading custom modular house builder. Modular building saves time and money. Only 8 to 12 weeks for the entire build, saving up to 25% of the cost compared to traditional building. We also offer custom deck building, kitchen and bathroom remodels, additions, and house elevations.
More information can be found at bivianocontracting.com.
Repel Pest Solutions. Repel Pest Solutions is a full-service pest control company protecting residential and commercial properties from nuisance pests that carry germs and diseases. They are a small, family-run business from Marshfield, licensed, insured, competitively priced. We work to understand your needs and offer an integrated pest solution that's environmentally friendly. Don't be afraid to bug us. Road to Responsibility. Founded in 1988, Road to Responsibility's mission is to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. We are committed to providing all individuals with opportunities to truly live in the community. Through our services, we are proud to enrich and improve the lives of every individual, one person at a time.
Back here to Marshfield High School as we're jumping right back into the action right here. Starters back on the floor for both teams. As North Quincy's going to start second half here with possession. Ball swinging around, gets this one up top to DeLima. Step back three right there from Lay. Great move right there. Is able to shake Dan Padden for the first time of the night and hit the three.
Great move there from Logan Lay. The step back to three, that was a beautiful shot to start the second half for North Quincy.
Now here's Marshfield trying to respond. Padden didn't even think about the three right now. Here goes the Feldman. Feldman goes inside. Feldman looks like he tried to sneak that one in there. And they're going to hit Noah Feldman with the travel right there.
That's something Feldman does not do often. That's just suffocation right there from North Quincy.
Just a mental mistake, losing the pivot foot on that one. Now here's Hessians continuing to pick up Faraday full court. Hessian just unfazed. Thought Hessian was going to try and take a charge right there. And Ryan McCabe is able to blitz that one and take it away from Faraday. And McCabe is able to put that one in. Faraday might have a double-double right now with points and turnovers, Andrew.
Faraday's mental game has just been thrown out completely by this Marshfield defense. You see he was trying to body down Hessian right there, and McCabe showed up and said, I'll take care of this.
Faraday goes in, can't even get the layup to fall right there, and he's visibly frustrated right now as we see him hit the wall on that one.
We're seeing his mental game just collapse right in front of our eyes. He needs to hit both of these free throws if he wants to stay sane, Tyler.
I very much agree with you on that one, Andrew. And he's still continuing to hear it from the student section here, Andrew. But he's finally unfazed on that one as he gets the first free throw to go.
Student section has just done an amazing job getting in his head. We said it time and time again.
Really thinking about this one. Puts it up. And that one's no good. And he's getting to hear it from the student section yet again. Feldman wanted that, but Hessian's just going to walk this one up the floor, get it over to McCabe. McCabe does his little spin move thing that he does, and Padden is just going to go straight on the baseline. Great dime into Cam Ryan, but they're going to call the foul on the floor, so the basket's not going to count, but still a great play from Dan Padden.
Padden is a three-level scorer. He's also a facilitator, able to dish it in the paint now that he has a big like Cam Ryan.
Looking like they're just running the Feldman go up and get it play. Oh, now Feldman goes inside. Looks like that play was an elevator for Padden. Wasn't able to get the read, but Feldman's going to draw another foul and get back to the free throw line.
Feldman just always does a phenomenal job taking it to the rack. He's physical, he's smart, everything you need in a player.
I believe this is his fourth or fifth trip to the line so far. Shots up. Shots good for Noah Feldman. Andrew, one thing I'm starting to notice with this North Quincy team is they have a lot of pink shoes. I mess with it a lot. Second shot's up for Feldman. That one's no good. Ryan fighting for the rebound right now. They're going to call the jump, so the ball's going to stay here with Marshfield regardless.
I agree with you, Tyler. When you look around, there's a lot more colorful shoes on the North Quincy side compared to the Marshfield side.
It's always a good thing to see. A little mental error right there, but Ryan McCabe's able to come up with it.
That was a happy
McCabe
accident.
just hesitates, goes to the rim, can't put it in, Thought Ryan was going to try and put back dunk that one. Now here's Lay walking up the floor, getting guarded by Patton, and he also gets guarded by his own teammate, Faraday. That was a little bit of a triple team. Now Faraday stiff-arming Hessian, tries to get to his spot, puts up a tough mid-range. That one can't go. Feldman doesn't even bring the ball down, gets it to Patton. Patton sneaks in the layup again. I know Patton wants to dunk one of these, but he's just getting easy points, and that one's intercepted by Noah Feldman. Feldman going to the rack, doesn't even tuck it, and he can't get the layup to fall.
If he were to finish that, Tyler, I think this building might have collapsed, and they would have had to build another high school for the first time in 10 years. This place is going crazy right now. Faraday just doesn't have a solution for this Marshfield team. He's making mental mistakes left and right, thanks to the student section and this ferocious defense.
Would not be surprised if Faraday's name was right at the top of that game plan coming into the game. Not let him do anything. As Feldman's able to hit the first free throw. Like I was saying, Andrew, I feel like Faraday's name was at the top of Fish's prep sheet. Not let him get into any rhythm. And both Patton and Hessian have done a great job of that so far.
Someone we haven't seen much of is Liam Ford, the senior captain.
It's an interesting point you make. I don't even think he's checked into the game yet. Wait, here we go. Pass into the corner. That's an air ball, but again, Tyler Rico is able to just be there and collect the miss. That was an air ball there from DeLima. As Patton gets in the paint, puts up an awkward shot, but Dan Patton off balance. It's no problem for him as he's able to get it to go.
He makes it look so easy getting to the rack. He shoots an accidental fadeaway right there.
And Cam Ryan just gets lost in the sauce right there, but he's still able to block it. That's why you can't mess with a 6'8" defender, Andrew. He's long and lanky and can block you from when he's in the paint.
And look at the high fives he's giving. He is pumped. Cam Ryan is ready to play here in Robert Cruther Gymnasium.
Went from an almost disaster to one of the best plays of the game. Great play right there from Ryan. Looking like North Quincy's trying to set up a play, and they get an easy backdoor layup, but he's not able to connect it. That was Joe Griffin right there for his first minutes of the game, and not a great first impression you want to make when you check in for the first time.
That's a tough one from Griffin.
Feldman and McCabe play a little bit of catch. Now it goes right back to Feldman, top of the key. Swings it over to Patton. Just back over to Feldman. Marshall just taking their time now, just trying to find an open shot. Milking a little bit of this clock, letting the shot clock wind down. Patton's going to go. Hook passes it all the way to the corner to Hessian. Now Hessian goes inside. Hessian looked like he might have got fouled right there. But they're going to call the foul there on Ryan McCabe. Say that he hit this man in the nose. That's DeLima. So very interesting call right there. I thought Hessian might have gotten fouled, but they're going to... Wait. Oh, they called that on Patton. Very interesting call right there. Going to get Dan Patton for the foul. I didn't even see Patton make any contact on that play, Andrew.
I didn't either, and that's an important one because that makes it Patton's third foul of the game. And it takes 5 fouls to foul out. And that's something Marshall simply can't have one of their captains doing in the first game of the year.
I didn't even see where Patton might have caused any contact right there. Very interesting play call right there. Patton seems unfazed. He's staying aggressive as he's able to stop the slip right there. The defense by Ryan right there on Lay. Now it gets out to the corner to Ocampos. Ocampos can't get it. Ryan diving on the floor. You love to see it. Now Lay puts up the 3. That one's good. Lay, the only point of offense right now so far for this North Quincy team here, Andrew.
Logan Lay has had a great second half. That's his second 3 of the half. Like you said, he's been North Quincy's only scorer.
Feldman tried to teardrop that one right there, just couldn't get it to go. Now here's Faraday. Hessian tried to back tap him. Swings it over the corner to Logan Lay again. Logan Lay, Feldman isn't falling for any of those jab steps. He knows what he wants. Hessian continuing to do a great job, and Patton blitzes him. Loose ball right there, no whistle call. Now Faraday in the corner. Finally gets a shot to go for Faraday. That's got to do a lot for his confidence.
And that's something Faraday needed to silence the crowd, get North Quincy some momentum. That's 2 straight threes.
Look like Feldman just playing on the merry-go-round right now. Now he gets it back to the top of the key. Gets his screen from Ryan. Feldman's trying to get him on his back. Gets it into Ryan. And Ryan's able to walk in and draw the foul. He's playing a lot like Connor Walden used to play. Anytime he would get the ball within 2 feet of the rim, it was pretty much an automatic foul.
Ryan has become a key asset for this year's Marshall team. We're going to be calling Cam Ryan's name a lot this season.
And he's made a big name for himself so far in this game, Andrew. He's made key play after key play.
And Tyler, we're now just seeing our first sub of the half for Marshfield. Fish kept his starters in for over half of the quarter, something we usually see in the first quarter, but not really in the third.
Very interesting play right there from Fish as Bongelotti takes out McCabe, and it's looking like Looking like Chesborough is getting ready to take out Cam Ryan. I'm assuming Ryan's going to get a pretty big roar from this crowd once he comes out of the game. And he's able to go 2 for 2 at the line. And as I said, the bench is standing for him. They're all so proud of Cam Ryan. And Fish is going to call a timeout here, so interesting play call when you have the momentum. But Fish does that a lot, so maybe just talking some things over.
I mean, yeah, if you really look at the scoreboard, yes, Marshfield is still winning by 19, but the third quarter is just about equal between these two teams. North Quincy and Marshfield have about the same amount of points. You wouldn't really notice that due to the score because of Marshfield's amazing first half, but North Quincy has put up some pretty quiet points to cut into Marshfield's lead a little bit, and Fish notices that. He's not happy. He's going to set him straight right now so this lead expands.
It's definitely a reason why Coach Fish has the second most wins of all time in the state of Massachusetts, and it's for reasons like that you just pointed out. But Andrew, if you're North Quincy, like you were saying, they put up a really good fight here in the second half so far. What do you got to keep doing if you're North Quincy to just continue cutting away at this lead?
For North Quincy, it's about creating the threes. They clearly have some three-point shooters. That's where most of their points tonight have come from, is beyond the arc. You got to set up some plays to create some open three-point opportunities because we've seen it. In the paint, they're not going to create anything. Some chaotic layups, sure, maybe. That's happened a couple of times, but that's not a high success rate going to the rack. They're going to have to shoot some threes because this Marshfield defense in the paint, North Quincy just can't seem to figure out.
I feel like in a game like today where your captain, Faraday, isn't playing so well, I feel like they need to keep going to Lay. Lay looks like he's just found his shot so far here in this opening night game. And he hasn't seemed to miss a beat, so if I'm North Quincy, I'm going to continue going to Lay.
Logan Lay and Aiden Chen have been their two shooters tonight, and we saw Faraday finally make a three recently. We'll see if he continues to heat up as the second half goes on.
So now Chesborough and Bongelati into the game for Marshfield. So here's Hessian just continuing to make Faraday's day just miserable. As he keeps stiff arming, they're just going to keep letting him get away with the push-off. And he throws up an out-of-control layup right there, but he's able to collect it. Good offensive rebound right there from Ocampos. Ocampos just took that himself, even though he had his teammate open under the basket, so good finish right there for him.
Ocampos with the offensive rebound. Another thing that Marshall can't allow is these offensive rebounds.
Noah Feldman looked like he got fouled by the Grim Reaper on that one. Just completely lost control of the ball. And Bongelati with an insane athletic play to send that one back. Now here goes Feldman to the rack. Feldman just gets his man in the air, and he does what he does best. Drawing contact, and he's going to the line tonight for, I believe, his 7th time.
Dirty foul right there from Faraday, and Feldman's not having any of it. Feldman knows that wasn't exactly intentional, but Faraday's mental game has been off this whole game. That foul might have been a little bit to release some frustration.
100%. It seemed like a frustration foul right there from Faraday. As I think I just heard a little extra chirping right there on Faraday. The student section definitely in his head. That's the first shot right there for Noah Feldman. Is good. Student section's looking like all the offensive linemen, and Noah Feldman's their quarterback right now. They just have his back no matter what. And second shot for Feldman is good there, Andrew.
Feldman has shot amazing from the line tonight.
Very good. Hessian just continuing to be a menace to society on defense right now. Smart play right there from Faraday to not go get it, just to get a nice little reset.
Hessian's defense has just been suffocating all night, and it's amazing to see. Forcing the pass right there from Faraday. He wants no smoke.
And Dan Patton, he's got long arms for a reason, able to get easy steals like that. Doesn't even swing it to Feldman. Nice ball fake from Patton to get another 2 points. Patton looking like he's creeping in on a 20 bomb right now.
Patton makes it so easy to finish at the rack the way he does. It's unreal.
He's a very ethical hooper. And Hessian, he's just continuing to do such a great job right now. It's looking like Gavin McDonough is getting ready to check in for Marshfield. Shots up right there from Lay, and one. Lay is continuing to be that spark plug here for North Quincy as he's able to get another shot to go.
Keep feeding Logan Lay. He has had a tremendous second half. He's had 8 points just in the third quarter alone. You see that and one right there. That was a tremendous shot.
Now into the game for Marshfield for the first time in his varsity career is number 30, Gavin McDonough, the senior. Kid's got a good jump shot, looking to see what he can bring to the table here.
One of 11 seniors on the team. I'm excited to see what Gavin's got. He's got an elite golf game. Let's see what he can do in the court.
Looking like he has the responsibility of guarding Faraday as well. So I'm interested to see how Gavin can guard. Here's Feldman running down the court. Just loses control of the ball right there, but they're going to give him the foul, and I think Feldman's going to head back to the line yet again.
This might be Feldman's 8th trip to the line, Tyler. Feldman has done a phenomenal job getting to the rack, and with that, he's done a great job converting the free throws. That is something that is harder to do than you would think, going to the line this many times. Noah Feldman hitting these free throws is what you need out of your captain.
I think you got to just look at Noah Feldman's confidence right there. He's just not afraid to go get the contact and go get his 2 shots at the line as he hits that first one. And now here comes the fan favorite, Nolan Holmes, getting ready to check back into the game. As looks like he's going to be taking out Feldman.
Feldman's been in all 6 minutes. He could use a break for just a sec. Let's see what Nolan Holmes can do in his place, though. The student section seems to love him.
And there's Noah Feldman on his second one as he's going to come out and get his rest. Get him ready for the 4th quarter just in case. So yeah, it is looking like McDonough is going to be guarding Faraday, and he eats the screen right there. Now McDonough just doing a great job chasing him right now, keeping up very well. Now McDonough's going to switch on to Griffin. Now Patton's going to take over on Faraday.
And this is not what Faraday wants to see.
But maybe it is, as they're able to draw Patton's 4th foul of the game. So Andrew, one more and Patton is out of here.
Wow, I mean, we've seen some really physical play here in today's game. That is not a foul that I would expect to be called right there. Patton did not seem to do much. We have seen much more physical moments that have not been called, and that's Patton's 4th.
Now Fish definitely just let him here on that one, as Hannigan was able to check in to replace him, as Lay is able to get to the rim yet again for another basket, sneaking that one in with the left hand as Chesbrough just puts all the aggression into that one.
Lay's got 10.
Say he traveled, so he got a little too aggressive on that.
Lay's got 10 points in this 3rd quarter. They got to keep feeding him. The 3rd quarter, Tyler, is still tied. Marshfield and North Quincy have the same amount of points in the 3rd quarter.
Not the best look if you're Coach Fish, as Hannigan is able to poke that one loose. And now Hannigan's just going to recover over here onto Faraday. Hannigan in his first varsity game doing a great job here on the defensive end as Faraday trying to find something as he hands it off to Lay. Lay's been the scorer here for North Quincy, as he's able to hit the pull-up yet again. I don't think Lay has yet to hit the rim.
I don't think he's hit the rim. The only time he hit the rim was on that missed free throw, but besides that, he's got 12 points in this quarter.
As here goes Chesbrough to the rack, fades away a little bit, and that layup is off. Rebounds collected by Talarico. And now here goes Faraday yet again, and Fish doesn't like what he sees at all as he's calling back upon his captain, Noah Feldman, to get back into this game. Run a little screenplay right there as Faraday puts up the 3, and that one only touches the air. And
apparently it touched Bongelotti's fingers, because that's going to stay North Quincy's ball.
Apparently it did. So McDonough gets a little bit of run time here. Doesn't really do much in his 1 minute of play, but Feldman's back into the game. And now Coach Barrett is a little frustrated here. He's going to call his, I believe, 2nd timeout of the game, maybe his 3rd, losing track. Well, Andrew, North Quincy they've kept it competitive here in this 3rd quarter. They just need to find a way to get that edge. What do they need to do to just continue to chop away at the lead?
You said it last time. They got to keep feeding it to Logan Lay. 12 points in the 3rd quarter for him alone. Oysen Faraday, you saw that last possession. He couldn't even catch the ball on the inbound, let alone he followed that up by an airball 3-pointer. So Faraday needs to change his mental game and quick, because it's still a 17-point game heading into the 4th quarter. And I know there's about a minute of play left in the 3rd. North Quincy up 2 in the 3rd, but you wouldn't expect that because of Marshfield's dominant first half.
Exactly. I feel like Coach Fisher right now, too, in Marshfield tunnel, I feel like he's just reassuring his guys, telling them that they have their number right now and they just can't let it slip.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Fish is not happy in that huddle right now, despite being up 17. We know how Fish works. He demands excellence and perfection, and this 3rd quarter has been anything but perfect, Tyler.
I think Fish only gets excited when the lead is by 40 points or more. Anything else, I don't think he feels safe.
Fish only cares if all of his players get on the court.
Exactly.
Still a great win nonetheless, though. North Quincy beat us by 17 last year, and here we are up 17 right now.
So now North Quincy going to get this one underneath as they throw it up to Talarico. Talarico, he's having a bit of a Klay Thompson type of game as Faraday goes up, and it looks like he did a little bit extra on that one. Could have just taken the foul right there, but nonetheless, he's going to the line. But Talarico, as I wanted to say, he's having a bit of a Klay Thompson night. We've barely seen him dribble the ball, but I believe he's in double figures for points tonight.
He hasn't dribbled the ball much, but he has been able to, like you said, Klay Thompson-esque, receive the ball, put it in the basket.
First shot for Faraday is up, and that one is good.
You can tell by the way he's moving after every free throw. His head is not in the right space. The student section is completely in his head.
Not at all. And being a sophomore captain, it comes with mental toughness like that. And he's not able to hit the second one as Bongelotti gets it, and Bongelotti can fly. Swings it over to Hannigan, one more to Feldman. Feldman tries to get inside, does a little in and out right there, looking like Sham God. As he gets it over to Holmes, but Holmes gets that one stripped, so it's going to go out of bounds, stay with Marshfield.
North Quincy playing with a little more intensity in this third quarter on the defensive side, something they did not do in the first half.
Marshfield looking like they had a little miscommunication on the play right there, as they're able to get it out to Feldman. Feldman just getting in his bag right now, gets tripped up. That might be the first time Noah Feldman's gone downhill and he hasn't gotten fouled.
Yeah, that's the first time Noah Feldman has really made a mental mistake in this game. It took 3 quarters for that to happen.
So now here's Faraday finally going up the court unguarded. No one's picked him up yet as he tries to get into Tallarico, and that one's going to go off of Tallarico. So crucial turnover right there for North Quincy as Faraday cannot believe it right now.
I mean, Faraday had nothing but hardwood ahead. No one picked him up, and the second he gets to the rack, he decides to throw away a perfectly wide open layup.
Ben Simmons-esque right there. So it looks like Fish wants the last shot yet again. Marshfield has had this in all 3 quarters so far, as he's just trying to get Feldman to dribble the ball around a little bit. Now they get it back to him. If I'm Fish, I want Feldman taking this shot right here. Now they swing it over the corner. Chesbro is going to put his head down and go. Gets it out to Bongelotti. Bongelotti puts up the 3. This one's good for Jamison Bongelotti. Puts in the 3 to get the lead back up to 19 here for the Rams. Dangerous pass right there for North Quincy. That could have led to something bad. But quarter's going to end. Your score is going to be 62-43 in favor of Marshfield. Andrew, North Quincy, they kept the fight alive in that quarter. I believe they won the quarter there by a point or 2.
I believe they either won the quarter by a point or the quarter was tied. But regardless, Marshfield still with a commanding lead thanks to that almost perfect first half. North Quincy, a lot of work to do. They would need a perfect fourth quarter in order to complete this comeback, but we have seen crazier things.
100%, and we'll continue to see those crazy things here in the fourth quarter when we come right back from this quick word from our sponsor. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Marshfield Community Media.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by
Biviano General Contracting.
Biviano General Contracting is Marshfield's leading custom modular house builder. Modular building saves time and money. Only 8 to 12 weeks for the entire build, saving up to 25% of the cost compared to traditional building. We also offer custom deck building, kitchen and bathroom remodels, additions, and house elevations.
More information can be found at bivianocontracting.com.
Repel Pest Solutions. Repel Pest Solutions is a full-service pest control company protecting residential and commercial properties from nuisance pests that carry germs and diseases. They are a small, family-run business from Marshfield, licensed, insured, competitively priced. We work to understand your needs and offer an integrated pest solution that's environmentally friendly. Don't be afraid to bug us. Road to Responsibility. Founded in 1988, Road to Responsibility's mission is to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here into the fourth quarter. The fours are up in the student section as a time here for the fourth quarter, Andrew. And now we're jumping into it. Here's Faraday back, guarded by Hessian. Hessian's done a great job on him all night. As here's Lay. Lay's been the great scorer here for North Quincy so far, giving them any hope of staying in this game. He's going to get inside, keep his pivot foot somehow, and he's able to sneak a dime in, and now it gets out to DeLima. DeLima back into the corner for Chen. Chen can't get that 3 to go. Chen has a pair of 3s in this game so far. Can't get that one to fall. Now here goes Hessian pushing the tempo up the floor. Fish has Patton back into the game. Patton playing with 4 fouls right now. 1 more and he's fouled out. As Patton turns that one over, we have a North Quincy player down, but he's able to get up. That was Faraday. Now here goes Chen. Chen sneaks that one in to Tallarico. Tallarico can't hang on to the ball right now. That's the second time the ball has just gone off his hands and out of bounds.
Just a lot of unnecessary passes at the rack from North Quincy. They've had multiple occasions where they could just finish it, but they decide to add the 1 extra pass that they don't need.
Feldman dancing, getting into the paint. Kicks it out to McCabe as Flaherty looks like he's hurt on the play right there. He looks stuck. Tried to take the charge, couldn't get it. Now here's Tallarico, puts up the layup. That one can't go in with the left hand. Now play's gonna just keep going as Farady's down, and now Marshall gets possession and the ref's gonna call stoppage of the game. Faraday looking really shooken up right now on the court. This might not be good, Andrew. I don't think I've seen his right knee move yet from that position. And that's your captain right there, best player on your team. You can't have that happen.
This has just been a tough game for Faraday overall. Let's hope that leg is okay. You see they're working with him right now. Yeah, it's just been a tough game overall for Faraday. The shots aren't falling, a lot of mental mistakes, a lot of turnovers, and now you see him go down with this injury right here.
Yeah, and on that note, we're going to send it very quickly to this quick word from our sponsor. Oh, never mind. As Faraday's able to get up, getting helped out there by the trainer, and his coach, Coach Barrett, headed out there to help him. Now it looks like he's walking with a little bit of a limp. So it's good to see, Andrew, that it's nothing serious and he was able to get back up, but that's just the cherry on top to this rough game that he's had so far tonight.
He's able to walk on his own power, so that's a good sight to see there. However, the student section is letting him hear it a little bit.
Yeah, it gets to a point with stuff like that, with injuries. You don't want to see that. And that's in any sport. That's in any level of sports. High school, college, pros, you don't like to see that. Now, looking like North Quincy's coming out here in a zone as Feldman gets that one stripped. So now they're going to take the ball underneath. Hession's going to inbound. As McCabe's able to get a nice quick cut to the basket. That one gets poked again, so they're just going to reset. And now they run the exact same play for Dan Patton, and Patton can't get the N1 to fall, but nonetheless, he gets fouled. He's going to the line.
Seemed North Quincy adjusted to the zone a little too late because we haven't seen many threes fall for Marshfield this game. They haven't attempted many threes. I think North Quincy should have adapted to the zone much earlier in the game, but it's a little too late for that. Let's see how Marshfield plays against the zone just to see how it'll go for over the course of the season.
I'm curious, and now obviously with Faraday out, looking like actually Faraday's getting ready to check back in, it looks like. At least he's going over to tell Coach Barrett he wants to. As now into the game, our bench players Garrett Griffin and Skyle Campos here for North Quincy. First shot for Patton's up, and it's good. So Andrew, we just saw Faraday walk up to the top of the bench. You think he could be coming back into this game to help his team?
I think Faraday is going to come back in. Well, he seemed to grab his warm-up. Is he going to sit back down? I think Faraday will come back in for the final minutes.
So Patton hits the second free throw, but Fisher's going to call a timeout again. So if you're Fish, what's some stuff you just saw right there, Andrew, that you would think would cause Fisher to call a timeout?
Just a ton of sloppy turnovers on the inbound right there. It took a couple tries for them to get Patton the ball to finish at the rack. It's just sloppy mistakes like that Fish doesn't want to see over the course of the year. Marshfield has this game pretty locked up, but now it's about preparing for the rest of the season that they have to take on.
100%. And now if you're North Quincy, you might be down your best player for the remainder of this game when you made a great effort in the third quarter to keep it tight. So if you're Coach Barrett, what are you telling your team right now to just keep their spirits up, making them believe that they still have a chance?
I mean, that's exactly it. You just got to tell them that the game's not over. Just tell them to keep up the intensity until the final buzzer. This North Quincy team, Tyler, looks very different from last year's team. I could say that right now.
I feel like North Quincy in the past, we've seen a lot of threes, and we've seen our fair share of threes tonight. But it's looking like this North Quincy team is a lot more about getting to the basket and getting layups.
It's a lot harder for them to do that because this year, no Aiden McGrath. You don't have any 6'8" superstar center to lead your team. So it's a lot harder for them to play the way that they were used to last year with a superstar center like McGrath.
100% could not have said it better myself. So now you got to assume that Logan Lay is going to be the main ball handler here for North Quincy. Looking like they're not going to have Patton guard anywhere near the ball right now. They're just going to stick him on DeLima to avoid any foul trouble. As that one looked like it hit DeLima out of bounds, but they're going to say it was out of bounds beforehand, so North Quincy going to get away with one right there and keep possession. Luke Richardson not too happy about that one on the bench.
It's a lucky break right there for the Red Raiders.
Now Patton has to be very careful right there with the fouls. He just lets his man get by him. Shot goes up for Ocampos. Ocampos catches nothing but air. That's been a theme tonight for North Quincy. As Talarico tries to put it up, Ocampos able to steal that one from Feldman, and Cam Ryan gives that foul no chance of even being an and one.
Cam Ryan's presence in the paint has been evident in this game thus far. Just getting blocks, rebounds, left and right. Cam Ryan has just been dominating the paint for any matchup North Quincy has thrown his way.
So that foul is going to be on Feldman. So that's Feldman's first. So two very different styles of play so far from the two captains tonight. As first shot for Ocampos is up, and it is no good.
And that just sums up North Quincy's night right there. So close, yet so far.
Could not have said it better myself, Andrew. I feel like if you're North Quincy, you just need to see one shot fall right now to get any momentum back into this game. So Campos hearing it from the student section. That one's no good either, so he goes 0 for 2. If you were in the NBA, you would have just gotten free Chick-fil-A. Now here goes Patton to the rack, kicks it out to Feldman. The student section wants a 3. I feel like we all know why. As Feldman just puts up the short layup. As Ryan's there on the offensive glass, and he puts it in, but they're going to say the foul's on the floor. What an unbelievable play right there from Cam Ryan, but they're not going to give him the and one. So Marshfield's going to take it out underneath.
I think we all know why Marshfield is looking for the 3, and I think the student section is going to go ballistic if it happens.
I think the student section wants it. Will Patton give it to them? He will not. He's just going into the paint, gets the layup to go. And Ryan just so happy to see what his superstar Patton can do right there. Now Ryan blitzing here on the full court press, and Ryan uses his long frame to get the steal, and now that one just gets tapped back out by DeLima. Now they're going to swing it around. Marshfield just getting those extra possessions right now. As here's Feldman, hits a beautiful bounce pass to McCabe, and McCabe's able to put that one in.
And this is the first time the student section has been upset to see a basket from their opposing team.
And that one right there by DeLima was just an absolute catapult of a throw as they get it over to Lay in the corner. Lay, the only point of offense for North Quincy tonight. You want to just give him the ball pretty much every play. Just let him find his shot. Lay gets trapped, gets it out to DeLima. Back outside, and that one's intercepted by Ryan McCabe. McCabe just keeping the ball with him. Didn't even want to give Feldman a chance. And McCabe goes and gets his own right there and puts another 2 points on the board for his day.
I mean, look at McCabe said, I'm going to do all of this myself right there. Great play from him defensively and offensively.
Now here's DeLima. DeLima just trying to find something as the ball gets poked loose. Dan Patton playing it very safe right now. Shot goes up for Lay. Lay finally misses. Seemed like he hit his last 1,000,000 shots in a row. So we do know he's human at least. Now here's Feldman, spins, almost spins into a turnover. Hands it off to McCabe. McCabe just going to kick back over to Feldman. Feldman finally puts up a 3. This one's good. The student section wanted that one a long time ago. The lead has grown to 30. So Andrew, we might now finally see Coach Fisher start to empty the bench.
I think so too. Feldman has simply made his shots.
And there is Dan Patton's last foul. Very unfortunate right there. Patton is very pissed off about that.
And so is Coach Fish. He's not even looking at him.
And now Patton's getting a talking to. Oh, never mind. Now Patton is just going right to the bench right away. As here comes Liam Riley and Nate Rollinson. And now checking in for the first time is the junior, Jack McNeil. And also coming off in that substitution, other than just Patton, was also Cam Ryan. Cam Ryan had himself one heck of a game, Andrew.
Absolutely. Cam Ryan made a name for himself in today's game. We're going to be seeing him a lot this season. Just an unbelievable job from the senior big.
Now, looking like we got a lot of the youngsters in the game here for North Quincy. I'll just read some names. You got number 0, Jason Lay. We have number 10, Oliver Anderman. As Feldman puts up the 3. That one's good, too. It's starting to look like a little bit of a bloodbath here in the Robert E. Kutha Gymnasium.
Feldman hasn't missed many shots. He's 4 for 5 from 3. He's missed 1 free throw out of nearly 20, and he's finished at the rack almost every time.
As there's the 3 from the junior, Anderman right there. Some other players into the game is Jelani and Teje. Feldman puts up another 3, and that one is good too. Noah Feldman, a flamethrower right now here, Andrew, in this fourth quarter.
Feldman simply can't miss. Keep feeding the hot hand. Let's see how many he can hit.
Here's Lay, swings it over to Anderman. Anderman going to the paint. Nice little Euro step. That's still have to go. So Anderman gets himself a quick 5 points here in this fourth quarter. They're just feeding the hot hand. Feldman puts it up, no hesitation. This one's good too. Noah Feldman has activated takeover here in the Robert E. Kutha Gymnasium, Andrew. I do not believe what I am seeing right now.
I mean, Tyler, takeover is here. We've seen enough. Let's just let Feldman cook.
Looking like it seems trying to get him the ball back. As here's the captain, Liam Ford, quick kicks it to the corner for Joe Griffin. Joe Griffin can't hit that one. As Hession's going up the floor, trying to get it back to Feldman. Feldman puts it up from way downtown. Oh! Noah Feldman again from downtown. Noah Feldman having the game of his life here, Andrew, in the season opener.
Someone put an end to this. Someone put an end to this. He literally cannot be stopped.
Marshfield, and that's a steal right there from Ryan McCabe. McCabe just going up for the easy layup right there. The student section wanted the dunk as Coach Fish is going to call a timeout. Andrew, I'm having a hard time believing what I just saw here from Noah Feldman. That was takeover at its finest.
I can't believe Coach Fish just called a timeout right there and almost ruins the show. Noah Feldman just made, I believe that was 5 straight threes. That was either 4 or 5. Feldman might have 30, close to 40 points. He's just had an unbelievable display here. I can't even put words into it. He's made almost all of his free throws. He has finished at the rack every time he has not been fouled, and he just made 5 threes in a row, and before that, made 3 in the first half.
And now, Andrew, I'm still speechless off of Noah Feldman. We talked about him as a defender earlier in the game. Not a 30-point scorer like we're seeing tonight. Just an absolute clinic from Noah Feldman. The student section's loving it. We're loving it up here in the booth watching this game. And now it's looking like Fish is starting to empty the bench. I saw Eamon Joyce, Jake Pinheiro, Ethan Hall, and some other guys go up to the table to check in, giving these end-of-the-bench guys some love, giving them some run time here in these final few minutes of this game.
It took your own coach to stop the fire. That was Noah Feldman. North Quincy never had a solution because Coach Fish took out Noah Feldman himself to stop the fire from spreading. So now we get to see some young guys in, and I'm excited for it.
Lineup now is Jake Pinheiro, Ethan Hall, Eamon Joyce, Nolan Holmes, all seniors, and then one junior, Jack McNeil. Ethan Hall, tenacious defender. Now here's Pinheiro. Guarded up here on the captain, that's forward. Now Holmes onto him. Swings it over to Griffin. Griffin hands this one off to Lay. Lay guarded by Hall. Lay picks up his dribble, gets it out to Ford. Ford goes inside, spins, kicks it out. Shot's up. Shot is short, but good rebound there from Anderman, getting his own miss. Inside to Inteje. Inteje gets fouled right there by, I believe that was McNeil.
It's just good for all of these guys to get their reps in because these Marshfield guys, I think some of these Marshfield guys could be key players on this North Quincy team. That's how much depth this Marshfield team has. I truly believe that.
You said it, Andrew. Depth is one thing Marshfield has going for them. That's first shot for Inteje is off. Now checking into the game. This is Ari Bostani here, the junior for North Quincy, getting his first minutes of the game. As the student section's starting to get rowdy right now, they can smell the victory. Second shot for Inteje is up, and that one is good. Joyce gets it into Hall. Hall trying to move it fast, just gets it right up to McNeil real quick. Now Hall, top of the key, swings it over to Holmes. Holmes tries to get the 3. Holmes hands it off to Pinheiro. Pinheiro goes inside. Pinheiro going to the rim. Kicks it outside to Holmes. Holmes puts up the 3. That one's a little short. Rebound collected there by Anderman.
Tyler, with this game wrapping up, this is going to be Marshfield's first and only home game of the calendar year 2025. They have 3 away games coming up after this.
Yep, but speaking of home games, Friday night we'll be back here. You and I calling the girls' varsity home opener. As here goes Ethan Hall. Throw to the rim. That one's just a little crazy. Pinheiro gets the rebound out to McNeil. McNeil puts up the 3. That one's good for Jack McNeil. Pinheiro loving it, getting his first assist. McNeil getting his first varsity bucket.
Marshfield putting up 90 points on North Quincy to start the season. I don't think the Rams could have asked for a better start to this campaign.
Absolutely not, Andrew. And there's McNeil continuing the aggression, gets another steal, goes up for the layup, puts that one in. Just continuing to put more and more pressure on the wound here for North Quincy.
I mean, it's what you love to see right there from Jack McNeil, the junior getting his first varsity reps, 5 quick points with the steal, playing just like the starters, getting points off of his own turnover, off of his forced turnovers, excuse me.
And there's a missed fadeaway right there from Bostani. Now Hall's going to bring the ball up the floor. Looking like Marshfield's just trying to get one last possession out of this right now. As here's Joyce. Joyce just swinging it over to Holmes, back over to Hall in the corner. Over to McNeil, over to Holmes. Holmes, looking like the student section wants Pinheiro to get the ball right now. As Holmes might have gotten away with the travel right there. They're wanting it to go inside to Pinheiro. Pinheiro kicks it out to Joyce. Joyce gets an open look at a 3. Can't connect. McNeil trying to fight on the glass for that one, and he gets it. But they're going to say McNeil stepped out of bounds. So good hustle there from McNeil. And now Andrew, only 9 seconds left. You assume North Quincy's just going to let the clock run out here. And Andrew, Marshfield, after a rough fourth quarter, they just absolutely exploded in this fourth quarter here to put up what is looking like it's going to be a 41-point win in their opening night. And with that miss, it was a 41-point win in their opening night.
Tyler, you talk about a statement win. This is beyond a statement win. This has put the state of Massachusetts on notice. North Quincy was the number 10 seed in Division II last year with a 19-3 regular season record. The Rams, coming off of last year's 14 seed in Division I campaign, They start off by beating the 10th seed in Division II by 41 points. I mean, this was a statement win that put the entire state of Massachusetts on notice to be alert and ready for Marshfield basketball. Coach Fish's team has a lot of fun ahead of them.
I think if you just go into the dictionary and look up, you know, what you were saying, statement game. Yeah, that's what it was. I think if you look up statement game in the dictionary, it's going to say Marshfield versus North Quincy on Tuesday, December 16th, 2025, because that was as much of a statement game as I have ever seen.
Yeah, and Tyler, Marshfield has a tough road coming up ahead. They got 3 away games. They go to Hingham on Friday, then they take on Situate, and then they go to Brockton. So 3 away games coming up. Their next time being home won't be till 2026. So a tough road trip ahead for the Rams.
Yeah, Hingham is always an opponent you want to beat. They'll be out there on Friday. But on Friday night, you can catch me and Andrew back here in the Robert E. Cutha Gymnasium covering the girls varsity basketball home opener. We want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors here at Marshall Community Media. Thank you guys so much. Big shout out to Ben Wilson here for being here on halftime and running the camera for today. Big shout out to Yvana Osborne back in the studio. I'm Tyler Pinheiro, joined with Andrew Youngworth. We'll see you guys back here on Friday night. Have a great night.
MCM coverage of MHS sports is proudly presented by
Biviano General Contracting.
Biviano General Contracting is Marshfield's leading custom modular house builder. Modular building saves time and money. Only 8 to 12 weeks for the entire build, saving up to 25% of the cost compared to traditional building. We also offer custom deck building, kitchen and bathroom remodels, additions, and house elevations.
More information can be found at bivianocontracting.com.
Repel Pest Solutions. Repel Pest Solutions is a full-service pest control company protecting residential and commercial properties from nuisance pests that carry germs and diseases. They are a small, family-run business from Marshfield, licensed, insured, competitively priced. We work to understand your needs and offer an integrated pest solution that's environmentally friendly. Don't be afraid to bug us. Road to Responsibility. Founded in 1988, Road to Responsibility's mission is to provide the means, the opportunity, and the support necessary to allow citizens with disabilities to take their place as productive members of the community. We are committed to providing all individuals with opportunities to truly live in the community. Through our services, we are proud to enrich and improve the lives of every individual, one person at a time.
Up, and it is score! For 3. Got it!
With the shot, lights out, good night, goodbye,
and that's it! Marshfield wins!
It's a great serve. Another one! Drop! And the Rams drop one first here in the Super Bowl.
Nice.
Kick on the field, and it is